10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Turn on the mic, you're muted. Turn on the mic, you're muted. Hello, welcome to the stream. SWAT score 005. Thank you for the 9 months. Yes, I was muted. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are well. Man, this camera looks a bit low. I should bring it down and tilt it slightly. Yeah. It's just, I like you guys looking down on me. You know what I mean? Welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing, man? Daniel Joseph Wood, how are you? Thank you guys for popping in straight away. The first thing you guys put into the chat is muted. Yes, I was a bit muted. I do apologize. Yes. And of course, I'm good, man. It's a good day. Today I celebrate entering my last year of the 50s. So I'm going to enjoy this year as much as I can because it's my last year in my 5th decade. So definitely I'm going to be living life to the fullest. Gonna climb a mountain. I'm gonna jump out of this year, I'm definitely gonna do this. Gonna jump out of an aeroplane. I plan to jump off a cliff. Yeah. I plan to jump from a very high point into the ocean as well. So there are 3 jumps I'm planning to do. It's not suicidal jumps, don't worry. Yeah, I've always wanted to jump out of a plane. That's gonna be done. I've jumped off an oil rig before into the sea. That was when I was about 24. So I've already done that. So I'm gonna do something even more crazier than jumping off an oil rig. Yeah. So done all that. So definitely gonna do something crazy. I'm definitely not gonna be recording it. Look, this is not for me to go out and like do a YouTube video. Guess what I'm doing? No, I'm not that kind of person. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. That we're just gonna go out and do it. I don't want any, I'm not into that whole, watch me take a selfie at the edge of this cliff. I'm like, dude, seriously, why? You want to take a selfie, but don't have to tell the whole world about it, right? Why? What's the big deal, man? So that you can? Right. Okay. So I'm like, I can't, I don't know, maybe I'm not cut out like that. I mean, I went to a baby shower once. Okay, on this, these birthday parties where they expect someone, they're expecting the birth of a child to come, right? And what these idiots did? There's a beautiful waterfall behind them, which is fucking spring water. They went and put dye inside it so that they can reveal the color of the baby. I mean, the color so they can reveal the sex of the baby. I'm like, what kind of morons do we have in the world, man? I once was at this beach, really a nice beach, So they've got this very nice bar with a really chill upper deck. And then there I was having my beer, and suddenly I saw all these flowers coming in. All these guys coming in, big cameras and everything else. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I asked the bartender. Bartender say, yeah, someone's proposing to his girlfriend and they are live streaming it. I'm like, what? Hey, thanks for that, Neil. Yes, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. I didn't even put it on the stream. Yeah, but most of you already know, right? Because I was kind of saying it last week that my birthday is going to be today. Yeah, it's the last year before. Man, I don't know, man. I'm like looking at pictures of myself. I should actually share pictures of myself over the years. Maybe I'll do that on one of the streams. Over the years, what I look like, baby, teenager. You will see the transformational growth in me. And I tell you, some of you are gonna laugh because I look at pictures of myself when I was like 14 years old and I look at myself, really? My parents put me in those clothes or those glasses? No wonder I rebelled at the age of 16. I was a bloody rebel at 16, man, and they could not get me to wear anything my mom put. My mom would buy me clothes, right? I would like, look at my mom, Ma, really? Why do I look like I'm wearing dad's clothes? She's like, they're nice, they fit you. I'm like, okay. So I went out to get a job. Hey, Neil, your birthday is Saturday. Coming Saturday. Okay, we have to do a stream, man. Wait, hold on. Neil's birthday is on Saturday. Okay, but what's the point of doing a stream on Saturday? You probably won't be there. You'll probably be having the time of your life with your family, right? Yeah, I had a good time with my sons. My sons and me were like, we were just chilling, having cake, and then we did the usual. The boys were cool. They had a lot of fun. Yeah, sometimes once you reach a certain age, the birthday parties of the kids, know for yourself. But my friends might be looking for me later tonight. But I don't know. I try to keep a low profile nowadays. It used to be a time when you go out for pints, but now I'm like, nah, maybe. I mean, you know, at my age, you start looking at your friends and start going. You want to look after them. You want to make sure they're fine. Yeah, better send a message. Okay, better not be an idiot. Let's see if it works. You're working too. We are going for a meal Friday night. That's good. Family meal. Yeah, I had a meal with my I had a meal too. I had a simple meal. I think I have birthday resolutions. I don't have New Year resolutions. I have birthday resolutions. Right? Every time I turn a year, that's when I tell myself what I'm going to plan for the year. Because I ain't the kind of person that does New Year resolutions. Because I think like, what the hell? What are you doing here? I think New Year resolution is just like Valentine's Day. It's just so like meaningless right now. Yeah. To me, Valentine's Day is the most meaningless day in the whole year. Happy birthday to you. Oh man, thank you, sir. Thank you, Godspurs. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, sir, gentlemen, I love it, man. You guys are here to wish me happy birthday. I'm so happy. Yes, January 22nd. My friend's daughter's birthday is also on January 22nd. So maybe I should fly over to Singapore and just have a birthday party with her. Yeah. Anyway, guys, you know, I was about to do a really negative video on Football Manager. I was about to start one though. I'm on the verge of a very negative video about Football Manager 25. It could start with, on the first day of Christmas, as I promised me. I don't know, man. I am about to though. I really want to do a bad video though. I'm like, it's not because of anything else, but have you noticed the radio silence? Like, seriously, there's absolutely nothing coming from SI, you know. Ever since the TBA came out, right, and everybody knocked them on the head for the TBA, and then the next thing came out, the nappy ball came out. The second thing that came out from them was quietly, you know, it wasn't even a loud thing, like if you picked it up kind of thing. Boom, that landed like, man, that was worse than worse than the Grim Reaper showing up at your place. Seriously, it's like a death knell of sorts. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, how bad can it get? Trying to be quiet. That's very, very bad. Yeah, fly over, see your sister, enjoy the weekend. No, it's not my sister. I don't have a sister. I'm one of those guys that was born in a family full of boys. No sisters in my family, man. Imagine the kind of life I've led, right? I'm about the most insensitive man you'll ever meet in your life. Because I find it really tough to relate to women. I'm your typical definition of someone that can't understand women. Yeah, I really don't. There are so many things about women I don't know. So my mom kept me protected from girls for a long time. I think she was worried that, something might happen, right? My aunts usually kept me away from... My aunts would collectively make sure that if I went out, somebody would find out about it. The next thing you know, there'll be a call to my grandma. My grandma will be calling my mom. My mom will be asking me to come for a family meeting. Why were you out with this girl last week? That was how bad it was, okay? So I never understood women. Yeah, so I've always had an issue with women. Yeah, I am one of those guys that I've tried many times, but it's not easy for me. So I'm not insensitive. Now, sometimes I can be very romantic, but yeah, I guess I'm a mummy's boy. So it's tough. Mummy's boys are really difficult to marry. If you ever marry a mummy's boy, you're in trouble. Yeah. All you girls, if there are any girls watching the stream, yeah, never marry a mummy's boy. You'll never know. You better be as good as a mummy to him, because he's useless otherwise. Yeah, but I've learned to do lots of things on my own. Yeah. Anyway, guys, today I'm going to share with you what happened. All right, so you guys know that recently, last two live streams, I've been doing Ebbsfleet, right? So the challenge was, based on the video that I just released earlier, it's about finding tactical advantages in teams. Now, it's really easy when you have a good team. or you're playing in the Premier League or La Liga, when you're top tier, it's relatively easy to find a tactical advantage because A, you might have the players for it. B, you definitely have money. Okay, so when looking for tactical advantages in that kind of a sense, yeah, you can definitely find something there, even if it plays on free and stuff like that. You can. But what if you're in the lower leagues? Then things get more challenging because tactical advantages there may not even exist. You might end up with a team and you're staring at the team and going, you got a defender with jumping reach of 10. You've got a midfield with no aggression, poor decision making, composure. They can't trap a ball to save their lives. And you're looking at the team going, where's the tactical advantage with this? Your defenders can't clear headers, your goalkeeper can't catch a ball, and your strikers don't know where to go in the box. And you're going, yeah, it's easy when you have a good team. What if you have a bad team? What do you do then? And that's exactly what I found myself, that's exactly the situation I found myself in when one of you asked me to manage Ebbsfleet. Now, when I went to Ebbsfleet the first time, the season preview said, top half finish. So I was like, hey, this is not bad, man. They're aiming for the playoffs. The team must be good. Then I realized quickly that this was a newly promoted team with a board that had unrealistic expectations. There are clubs like that in the game of Football Manager. Buxton is another one of them. So I went in and I looked at the team and I went, oh my God. First, there's no tactical advantage. Two, now I have to make sure we finish in the top half. Because how am I going to do this? Now, there are formations that you can use. Definitely in this kind of situation. But, like I will share with you later, something else that happened. Something else happened to almost throw all my plans out of the window. So while you might be able to squeeze out some kind of an advantage where none exists, there's always going to be something that is going to just knock you down and question whether you can achieve anything at the end of the day. And on today's stream, I will reveal exactly what that was. We're going to do the finale for Ebbsfleet. We got 2 more games to be played. And I'm going to share with you where they are on the table, how I got there, the challenges that I faced, the tactical formations I was forced to use, additions to the team, and more importantly, what happened? Why was I in trouble? Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. The raw thing popped up on the stream. I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Okay, so here we go. I'll tell you later what that was, okay? I'll share with you guys later. Okay, now, this is where we are. Top of the table. An incredible position to be in with 2 games to be played. All right, I played this non-stop for 8 hours last night. In fact, I went to bed at 6 a.m. this morning. So my early hours of my birthday was spent entirely playing Football Manager. So imagine this, I've turned 59 and the first thing I do is not get a drink, not have sex. I play Football Manager. Now, if that is not the definition of a Football Manager player, I don't know what else is. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to share with you what happened in the league. Okay, so first up, quick preview. We are top of the table. That's great to know, right? Okay. Now, finances-wise, look at the situation we find ourselves in. Because this club doesn't have a lot of money. So they told me, hey, you know what? Don't go there and spend. So I didn't go and spend. Eventually, that wage budget kept creeping up. And I had to do something about the wage budget. Look at the committed spending, 1.3. Currently spending 1.9. I don't know how this is happening. But the next season's wage budget is 1.93. Okay, so I can't spend anymore. The board had a takeover that failed. The board injected something like 300 to 400,000 across the season. There was an injection of funds, as you can see here. There was an injection here. There was an injection here. So the injection wasn't a lot. Like here was 200,000. If you look at the income, right? There were moments of injection. Here was an injection. And there was another injection here. So they injected in November and they injected here. That was the only place money came from. All right, so I didn't have any other source of money. What I ended up having to do, and this was no choice, I had to let players go. on a freeze. So I needed to like release players very quickly in August. This didn't happen. This is not me, this is the AI. So I had to release Harrison Firth. I had to release Greg Kundle. Now, this is not the only thing. From my starting 11, I had to release 2 players. From my starting 11, ladies and gentlemen, the depressing news. From my starting 11, I was faced with this thing. I have like 10 players there whose contracts end January the 1st, 2024. The board tells me any player above the age of 33, we're not going to give you, you cannot sign them on more than 1 year contract, which is fine by me. Issue is, all of them wanted more than 1 year. And if I couldn't give it to them, they would leave. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had players walking out of the door. My fullback left the door. One of my strikers, one of my wingers left the door. They walked out. So I had one assist generator just walk out and a fullback walking out. So my story was quite interesting because at the start of the season, remember the stream, we struggled. Then we found our magic. We beat this team 10-3. Then we went down here. Then if you look at the matches, we were playing Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday. And that's when I realized, oh no, I actually reduced the intensity of the training here, went to normal, thinking it would help, actually made things worse. I started having rotation issues here because my players weren't that fit. So I went back to my training, went and set rest to double intensity again. There was no more normal intensity. So I had to push because I knew that my players would need to be fit for the middle half of the season. So after this Wednesday, Saturday, we lost to Braintree 2-4. This one we're down to 9 men or 10 men. Then we drew against Forest Green and we lost to Eastleigh. And then we beat Altrincham, York, Gateshead, Barnet, Sohail Moose, drew to Boston, drew in the FA Cup. The FA Cup, oh my goodness, guys. I didn't want to play in the FA Cup. Thank you, Spurs fans. David Frizzle, how are you, man? I'm doing well, sir. Hope you guys. Jungsa, happy birthday. Thank you very much, man. My priority is my birthday. Very simple. Go play Football Manager. So FA Cup, the FA Cup priority was simple. Do not qualify for the next round because you don't have enough players. So I put in my second stringers all the time. Like here, I'll go Marine and go like, who are the players who didn't play? So players like this, look at the names. Chapman, Tanga, Walters, Calaman. Calaman turned out to be a player that got injured again, so he needed match fitness. There's Suare. This is the player that left the club. He wanted to have a big contract, right? Full-time contract. And he wanted 100 over £1,000 a week. I can't afford to pay him. And they want a part-time contract, but the board wouldn't let him go. So at that point in time, he was one of the better defenders, better fullbacks I had. So he left. And then we got Tanga, we got Kane. Kane threatened to leave as well. So quite a number of players were about to walk out. Thomas left as well. Oh, Thomas is no, this is Wayne Thomas, not Thomas. There's another player who left, but he's not Thomas. Okay, so we had these players. We used these players. Sorry, Marine was using a 4-5-2-3, but it didn't matter. We tried. Our tactic still generated goal scoring chances, but we couldn't find the back of the net. And then, lo and behold, we had this decent run here after that. Yeovil, we beat Aldershot again. Then we beat Oldham 3-1 at home. FA Trophy again, I put in my youngsters. Rockdale, remember the 10-3? Suare is still playing. He's the only defender left back that I have. If he goes, I got no left back. I got no left back. These two guys were on fire the whole season. So between them, they got us promoted. So we got Rockdale. We managed to beat Rockdale again. And then we went through, and then again, here, January, I barely survived January. I'll tell you why. Forest Green was the last time I had my players. My 11 had left already. My 2 players had left. One here and one here. So I lost a left back and I lost a right back. We had Jack Taylor, right? So at this point in time, the interesting thing is there was an emergency recruitment meeting because another 2 players were injured as well. So I had injuries. I had a few players injured. I had no left back anymore. my right wing, one of my goal-scoring right wingers and creators had left. The board looked at me, they came to me and said, we need to add players to the squad. These are recommendations. And I'm looking at the wage budget. I don't have players, so I had to start releasing players and make sure that players left. So I had to do this gamble, big gamble. All right. I started playing players knowing their contracts are going to expire in the next 3 months. I had to take a huge chance that these players will believe in winning the title. So looking at my squad right now, if you look at my squad at this moment, in terms of contract, look at these contracts, right? This is the starting 11, right? Shea O'Connor is on loan. Look at this guy. June 2024, Luke O'Neill starting right back. Tom Dallison starting central defender. Josh, then we added this guy. He was available on a free. Okay, because I had no choice. So I went out there. We had some wage budget left over because a few players had left and I signed him because he was the same price as Suarez who left, right? Suarez was earning about 58, so he was going to be 41. So for price was cheaper. So he joined the club and I say, okay, fine, we got a left back. So he wanted to come as a star player, I had no choice. But he's on a 5-month contract, which is great for me. Brilliant. He's only got a 5-month contract which expires in June. Perfect. Okay, that's as long as I need him for. So I didn't mind him being a star player. Then we had, you can see here, Todd Kane. I need him as well. And he's been threatening to leave all the time, leaving on a free transfer. So he's going to leave at the end of the season. Here we got Dominic Polian. You know what kind of a gamble I'm taking? He is one of the top scorers, 2024. Then we got Rakesh Bingham. I had to sign one contract, okay, because I was panicking. At this point, I started to panic because I was like, if all my strikers go, all right, because they can walk out as well. I mean, they can accept. So I was thinking to myself, okay, clubs came to me wanting to sign the players. Players want to leave. This is something you face in lower league football all the time. All the time. You got to make a decision, and it's a hard decision not to panic. Okay, so I didn't panic. I will let all their contracts run out because the one thing in lower league football is you don't want to start the following season with too many players, 25, 26, 25. You want an ideal situation like 24 so that you can do a clean rebuild of your team the following season. So I had to do that without upsetting the apple cart. Technically, look at the formation. So we only use this formation. So we use this, and there are multiple variations of this, like inverted fullbacks on defend. When I switch to this, it goes inverted fullback on defend or fullback on support. So you can see the harmony, between our players because these are the only players that have been playing. So we're using these two. That's it. Opposition instructions have been very simple. Backline press. Okay. So now the question is, can we are what now? 5 points clear. All I need to do is not lose Hartlepool. That's it. And I love this kind of shows. When you tell yourself, all I need to do is not to lose. And I was playing at light speed. I mean, I was literally going on commentary mode, switch, look for a few things. Okay, boom, out, commentary mode. It's non-stop play all the way. I got really exhausted towards the end. And when I hit the bit, I was like... All right, so we got Fonkak, we got Taylor. Kellerman now is a bench player, because you see that he's always not fit. So he's picking up one injury. Then Louis Page as well. This is the reason why my left back situation became terrible. He was out for 4 months. I didn't have a left back for 4 months. Louis Page was injured and I needed him as my other left back. Can you imagine? This is what I have to work with. And can you imagine? He is one of my starting left backs, right? And I was not about to give him a new contract. So here we go. We're going to submit the team, go to match, and see what happens. Say, Loudy, how are you doing? I've got to watch these last 2 games whilst drinking a cup of tea. Then it's the shower. Finish watching the rest of the stream. After all, it's your birthday and you play if you want to. Thanks, man. Spurs fan. And God Spurs. Live the Pro. I started 6th division with Chester City. 10 games, 10 wins, all your YouTube concept. You're awesome and thanks for sharing your knowledge. Oh, thank you very much, man. So now, okay. So there's no tactical advantage with Ebbsfleet, right? So I created a 4-4-2 DM because if you can't find a tactical advantage with the players themselves, hey, can he cross the ball? Can he do this? Can he do that? No, you can't. You can't find that, right? So what you do is you make your formation a tactical advantage. By having a box defense, you make it harder for teams to break you down. Then by having two players on the flanks, you can always get up the pitch and deliver crosses. And by having two strikers, you got an option, right? So that's my logic in using the 4-4-2. So now it's very rare, but we're gonna watch this, man. Bingham goes down straight away. My goodness, Sharon picked up a yellow card. So I'm playing a 4-3-3 against a 4-3-3. Now this formation, the thing is, in my head right now when I'm playing the game and I'm just using commentary, but know what I'm thinking? I'm gonna tire them out, make them run, get them high up the pitch, and then prepare to switch to a 4-4-2 DM, because this will, once I see the roles, that's when I make my move. But in the meantime, I want to see that we're controlling possession. If I see that we're doing okay in terms of possession, I leave it alone. O'Neill with the ball, puts it into the area. Good defensive header. Fongkak, we lose the ball again. This is why I worry. If I have inverted fullbacks on defense, they'll be there. Western is in, shoots. Richards now, good challenge from Ruffles. Another good challenge from Ruffles. Well done. Okay. So far, I think we've had one chance, but I'm more worried about them hitting us on the break. Okay, we got a free kick. Randall to take this. Takes a deflection off the wall. I'll slow it down now so it's easier for you guys to watch. Because you know I'll be just speed through running this. Kane, Bonka. No, this is too slow for me. Sorry, guys. I can't do too slow. Okay. Fongkak is 6.8, 6.7, 6.6. Okay, Randall, not really putting pressure. They're getting a long clearance. All right, this is interesting. That was a kick from the goalkeeper, right? Okay, and he landed there. So now what I'm going to do, I see that, boom, I'm going to go high up the pitch. Immediately I go high up the pitch because the goalkeeper's clearance is sending it into central midfield. Good work from Bingham. Nicely done, but he loses out, and then Randall takes it back. Dawson, what a ball, but he's gone straight long, man. Hey, Tiki Press, yes! Hope you're well too. Thanks for popping into the stream, man. Oh, no. Oi, the defenders fell asleep. Remember, all we need is a point. Huh? I do not want to go into the playoffs, man. Western. All we needed was a point. This is why I lose sometimes. Sometimes I lose, right? When the AI does this incredible, a lot of defeats I've had, right? Long shots from edge of the area or a corner cross and I end up defending that. I can't defend that rather. Okay. Okay, obviously, we go to halftime. I don't think I'm controlling the game very well. They're getting their players at the pitch. Okay. Gonna go to attacking mentality, distribute to the we're gonna counter press and only do distribute from the back. Build the play up, move the ball up the pitch. Gonna drop the tempo down. Okay, start second. Now we're gonna take this is gonna be a bit more risky. Have you seen in real life what positions this team on the table? Hope you're doing better. I don't know what they're doing. I didn't check how they're doing in real life here. I don't compare Football Manager to real life. Yeah. Football Manager is just Football Manager. It's not real. Never has been. Very good. Our change to our tactical system, taking a bit more risk, shifting ourselves higher up the pitch seems to have worked. Because your line of engagement in your defensive line will be higher, so we're playing higher up the pitch. And because, yeah, okay, good. We managed to get the equalizer straight at the start of the second half. We have to keep putting pressure on those three in midfield, and that will happen with our 4-3-3. Just now it's too deep. Ruffles to Taylor. Taylor can't get that. Neil can put. Yeah, Neil can put one in the area. We got one hand on the trophy. We have one hand on the trophy. They have one hand on the trophy. Can you explain why you turn the tempo down? Okay, when you want to get more players involved in the transition, more players to support play, you lower the tempo. When you play on a higher tempo, you're trying to get the ball up the pitch quickly. And if you have like an advance or a target man, then chances are, okay, your fullbacks might not be participating in attacks early enough. So if you want more players to be involved in the transition, you always lower tempo. But if you lower it too much, then you're giving opposition teams more opportunities to jump on your mistakes. I would never recommend it with a lower league team to play on any tempo lower than normal. Yeah, Football Manager isn't real life. It's a fantasy we live by every single day, guys. Yes. All right, we managed to get the lead. We managed to take the lead. Do I want to drop back into a defensive posture? Definitely not, because I want to pin their wingbacks. I want to pin these guys back. You can see their shape, right? So our shape is quite solid at the moment. And looking at our pass maps, we were putting more pressure down their right flank. Here the pass map is pretty clear, or rather not so, since my ugly mug is blocking you guys. Okay, all right, as you can see here, right, at the moment, I think that's a good position for my camera, actually. Come to think of it. Yeah, maybe I should put it there next time. Then I'll cover the stats, but who cares about stats, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, then we can do the counter press immediately. This is one of the reasons why my width is like this. If my width was wider, my players will be further away. The counter press won't work. So we're not a very good team. So I never play too wide whenever. What team moments? It's 3-1. What a move from the back to front. Phone cup over to Polian. And this is why these two strikers are phenomenal together. That's why I say two strikers are the best for a non-league side. Always play with two. And get them, you don't have to put too many attacking dudes. Must just make sure there's support. In fact, you see these guys on support too. If you look at my formation, it's a very simple formation. Wing on attack, wing on support, DM on defend. Fullback on support. Why? Why is he on defend duty? Because I know he's going to drop, right? So there might be a lot of like... Randall might go up and drop back. He's going to be a bit more creative. He might lose the ball because he's not very, we are not a very good team. So I at least have one defend duty at the back. That also allows me the chance, if I need to launch this into a fullback on attack to go around, to put more pressure. We can do that now. So sometimes I do that in matches where I decide, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. Now, if he goes up, I can shift this guy into an inverted fullback on defend. It becomes a 3-man backline. So you can put more pressure on their left flank now. So this is one of the reasons why I love the 4-4-2. The 4-4-2, you can mod it in a few ways. Ebbsfleet 4. It's the fourth goal. Kane drops one more cross in. Bingham makes it 4. We were from one goal behind. We've turned things around with a few formation changes. Okay, now the question is, I think we'll let them all finish the season. Okay, we don't take them off. Let them finish the season. Let the fans sing their names. Let the 11 on the pitch finish the game. Stewart out to Kane. Okay, now we shifted into a 3. Double here. DM is going to lock in. So this flank now has got an overload. So I'm using the formation as a tactical advantage now. So as long as I have passing options, we'll be fine. There we go. Kane back to Fonka, goes to Dallison. Now these guys just going to anchor. He plays a long safe ball. Bingham now. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Hartlepool are in trouble. Take that, Hartlepool. Yeah, they are one of the favorites for the playoffs. They are one of the favorites. Okay. All right. I think we have no choice. We got to look after. No. Kellerman, come. Wait, hold on. He might get sent off. No changes allowed. Kellerman might get sent off. No, he has got a habit of doing that. Bingham now. Wongak. to O'Neal. What a pass to Randall. I want Randall to score a goal. Hey, I'm ready to poop. How are you, man? Rough, my first tactic is very attacking. For my second, I've gone for a very defensive counter attack without changing. Yep, you don't have to change the formation too much. You don't need to. In a lot like this formation now, I can easily go into a counter attacking setup. Right. So easy to set it as a counter attack now. Actually, the standard defensive line is fine. Right. So I can just go I can just change it. I can drop it a bit more to balance. And now it's just that the counter attacks are going to happen more from this guy. There's an underlap left here. Why? Because I just need this guy to check in. Buy us some time to play a deep diagonal to release the Kane. It's a very simple idea here. So we go Kane, Stewart, O'Neal, Taylor, Kane again. Oh, Kane is taking. Yeah. He can't dribble, so he needs to be in space for that to happen. Oh, he gets past one, he gets past two. We'll talk about Benfica and Barcelona later. Barcelona did not deserve to win. Taylor out to Polian. Kane does well, pulls the ball up. Can he dribble? Yep, he beat the player. He's in the area. Oh no, it comes off the woodwork. Okay, we got 2 more minutes left, and I'll get to some of the questions soon. Wallace, Bondswell, Hunter, good defending. Oh no, as long as you shoot from there, we have no problems. Hartlepool, playoff favorites. This is what's happening to you, baby. Bingham, great ball into the area. It's gonna be Taylor again. He slips on the Kane. Kane is gonna help Bingham on. He's gonna help Bingham on. Bingham has scored. I think he's got a hat-trick in this game. What a game. What a game. See, it's such a simple concept. Right, we got one target for on the other side. We got one winger, we're going to get him away. We got all the overload happening on the left side. There's going to be space for our winger all day long. So, boom. So I don't need him to be... Do you know who's my winger? And this is the other thing that I'm going to get to the final piece of this puzzle and explain why this is the easiest formation in the game for anyone who's playing with a lower league team. And why most of the other formations, I don't really agree. I don't really use them. Because this formation is the easiest in the whole game of Football Manager. Corner to Dawlison. Up to Randall. Yeah, the fans have gone mental, man. They've won the title. We did it at home. We did it at home. What a performance. Dominic Polian with a 10. Polian. This is not the first time they both got 10s. This is not the first time. These guys get 10s together. When one gets a 10, the other gets a 10. This whole season has been like that. 7 points clear. We didn't even need to play this game. And we go Hartlepool in 13th spot. The teams that are going to go, I think, playoffs filed, Yeovil, most likely Sutton, and then there's going to be a fight for Eastleigh and Barnet for the last spot. Okay. Their board is happy with the league win. Club Vision Progress, Polion. Okay, I'm going to first answer some questions. I have a question regarding my tactic. Can I play SWAT score 005? Are you on Discord? You should be, go and check your Twitch details and put your Discord details, put your Twitch details in your Discord settings, and then go to connections to do that. Go settings, connections, add your Twitch details on Discord. Yeah, that way you get an invitation straight to our Discord, and then from the Discord channel you can upload as many times in a week, and you can you can do lots of things, man, with that. You can do lots of things. I'm going to be popping a link soon. But you have to remind me, that is you. Okay, look at this XG story, guys. Look at the quality of chances we had. How many clear-cut chances did we have? 5. Clear-cut chances. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5. How many games left? One last game. Only one last game, man. If I'm doing well in the games and scoring goals with a balanced mentality, is it natural that I get more goals if I increase the positive? No, it's not natural. It's not something that you can expect. But you see, the reason why you can always get more goals on any mentality. Look, what happened just now in the game? Did you notice during the first half they were attacking more than I was attacking them? So what did I do? Did I change my tactic drastically? What was the first thing that I did? Did I go and change the roles and duties? No, I didn't. The first thing that I did was I shifted my mentality and pushed it up. By moving my mentality up by 2 notches, and I changed 6 things in the game. Immediately, all slightly. First, I shifted my defensive line higher. Secondly, I increased my line of engagement so that now we press them higher up the pitch. So because what happened was they had this goalkeeper. Remember, I spotted something. The goalkeeper kicked the ball and none of my players was winning the second ball. By doing that, I shifted my team out slightly. The second thing I did was a reduced tempo, because I noticed that when we were getting to the final third, only 2 or 3 players were involved in a transition. So I was thinking to myself, while I shift this up, let me lower the tempo so that more players are involved in a transition, because they're playing a 4-3-3. Their 3 midfielders are ruling the center at the moment. I have to get past them. So now what I did was, by shifting, lowering the tempo, getting my other players involved, now I will shift the attention from the center where they were dominating towards the flanks. My focus play, right? So we're developing more. So now I'm forcing those 3 to move left and right, thereby creating more space for myself. So that was a tactical change that I made in my game. And I just tried to keep it as simple as possible, because in this game of Football Manager, sometimes all you need to do to engage high up the pitch is just a mentality change. You don't have to do much. But because I wanted to score even more goals, because now they're on the back foot, I went and turned 1 fullback on attack, because I know if I do the fullback on attack with the target man, what I will create is a very aggressive overload on the left side, creating even more space for my right winger. Because now the fullback on the left is working with the winger who is doing an underlap, so he's going to hold up the ball. The fullback can now go around, meaning there's one more passing option if he gets behind him. Now, this is naturally going to gravitate the rest of that team towards my area of the pitch, because a lot of the action is not happening on the left. This will create more space for my winger on attack now. So if I do any kind of a switch, you only have 1 defender to take on, or maybe 2. But there are 2 of them there, right? So there's a fullback in him. So that'll help. Sorry, my internet is acting up. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna pop in the link for the tactics now. For BYT, I think. No, that's now BYT. All right. And then I put a tactic up for all of you. So you can use that link first and then let me know. Yeah, if your internet is acting up, you're going to have a hard time popping in your tactic too, man. Have you done transfers in winter? There's only... No. I didn't do any transfers in winter. These are only transfers these are the only players that were added to the team. Okay. Sure. So at the start of the season, right, when I went in there, we needed another midfielder. So I added Reece Walters. So this was the player that we added, right, on loan, because we only had 1 DM. So this guy ended up not playing so much. Okay. Then, after a keeper dropped 3 balls because his aerial reach is a single digit of 8, we went and got this goalkeeper, Shea O'Connor, right? So we signed him because his aerial reach is a lot better. So he's got aerial reach. His handling is only 10, but he's got passing and reflexes. So essentially, he's a really good keeper. Okay, so I went to my director of football. Remember, guys, I asked the director of football for recommendations. He gave us 3. We signed him straight away. So our director of football was absolutely instrumental in adding him to our team. So he came from the director of football himself, who happened to be one of the Kuwaiti family people. So we're happy. And then we added this when we discovered that Kellerman was getting injured literally every single game. We had no choice. We had to get another midfielder because we only had 1 midfielder and Kellerman was always getting injured. Kellerman couldn't stay fit for 1 half. So we got this Jake Taylor and brought him in. He's not that fantastic. He's just bog basic, average. All he can do is pass the ball. So his first touch, his passing, his vision were the only things I looked at. I just needed a player to pass the ball. I don't care how. I don't need you to be a playmaker. I don't need you to do anything else because you're playing very simple roles, right? DMs. So pass the ball. So we found him. And then, of course, when our fullback decided he wanted to be a star player, being paid 100,000 per annum. Man, nobody in my club even gets 60,000 per annum, but he wanted 100,000 per annum. He wanted to be a star player and he wanted a 2-year contract. My board doesn't allow 2-year contracts for any player above the age of 33. So I had to say no, right? And so he decided to pack his bags. He's now playing for Generation Next. And he's on 50,000 pounds per annum. So go figure that one out. So we signed Josh Ruffles. Again, another DOF recommendation. So Josh Ruffles was a DOF recommendation. I looked and I think my DOF is brilliant, man. So I asked him for a player. He recommended this player. And we went and signed him. I think that he's the best left back I have in my team. And in fact, he's good enough for next season. We'll be in League 2, right? Yeah. So he'll be good enough in League 2. So he's a very good fullback. So he is good. But we had to release a lot. We had to release 2 players to make way. First, we released Harrison first. I mean, honestly, no point now. And then Greg Cundle, again, he's not contracted to South Shields. He couldn't get into our team. I mean, he hardly ever played, so I just let him go. In fact, there were a lot of players I put on the... I don't want you to play for me anymore, but nobody came for them. Ben Chapman, no one came. Aaron Cosgrave, no one came. Elijah Anthony, no one came. I even have so Todd Kane wanted to play, but he's now going to leave on a free transfer. So that's a nutshell. So I love this. I love playing. It's the thing, right? When you've got a team that has got no advantage, your formation has to be the advantage. You make yourself harder to break down. And the 4-4-2 DM is the best formation in the game for that. It is the best because you guarantee 2 DMs. You guarantee the box defense. So you can make yourself harder to break down. All you got to do is make sure that you have subs on the bench that can run. Or at least bring some guys who can, at least get up the pitch. I mean, look, one of my subs I've been using this whole season has been Jeopard. 10. I mean, he's the fastest I got. In fact, he developed quite fast. It's quite fast, no? Oh yeah, still 10. So development not that fantastic, I'm about to expect. Yeah. And then this is our central defender, Tom Dallison. He's got no speed. Jump rate is 16. His anticipation is 11. Remember what I said at the start of the season? Our benchmark has to be 12. So he's got aggression going for him. He's got determination going for him. He's got heading going for him. That's about it. Nothing else going for him. In fact, he has no clue half the time where to stand. And then sometimes he gives away fouls. Right? So he had a lot of yellow cards this season. He had 1 red card as well. So his technique is really poor. So he gets himself into a lot of trouble. Wesley Fonkak, again, this player surprised me. Okay, he's not the best player, but he's okay. He's average. Yeah, but we'll get to all the review later. I'm aiming without changing the formation again, like Mourinho had at his winning Chelsea team. That's a 4-3-3. Mourinho played with a strong target man. Yeah, he played a target man. Are no nonsense roles good? I never play no nonsense roles. I don't. It's not they're good or bad. See, you have to, when you look at a role in Football Manager, you got to ask yourself, what does this role do? Don't ask whether it's good or bad. Because when you go good or bad, you're in trouble already. This is the thing I always tell people to do. Never ever go into the game asking if this role is a good role or a bad role. All the roles are good, but you are bad because you don't understand what they do. That's the thing. And I'm very blunt here because there's always a place for every role. Like sometimes when I'm playing a game and I go and I want to counter attack and I know I just want to hoof the ball up, I change all my central defenders to NCD. Now remember this as well. They play to their attributes too. And NCD is just going to kick the ball long when he gets a chance to. But if he's got good passing decisions, first touch, balance dribbling, Suddenly he brings the ball out and then he kicks the ball out, which is kind of cool though. Don't overthink the game. Never overthink the game. Keep it simple, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Okay, Luis Page is not bad. Hey, our team. Look at this, right? I didn't rest my team, right? This is what you get, no? My finisher was super strong. The last couple of games, I was on. My players can play every game. Unlike the start of the season when we remember this preseason was aggressive. Then I decided to chicken. I copped out, right? I became a chicken, right? I used a double intensity, but we are playing 2 games a week. So I was thinking, I don't want too many long-term injuries. So I was 50-50. Could be right. I could be wrong. But I realized that if I don't get them back to double intensity, I will never get them for the rest of the season. I'm glad that at the start of the season we were aggressive. So we are able to do this. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to start this game the same way we played earlier. But we're going to do something. We're just going to go like this now. Okay? Balance. That's it. Same thing, but now we are literally starting like the same way we've ended. Narrow supportive wingers, what attributes? If you want to play a narrow, like a winger, okay, the only thing you look for is this, okay? It's not what attributes I look for. It depends on what you want him to do. Like, what do you want him to do in your team? Like, when I play a narrow supportive winger, there are 2 kinds of wingers, right? So one might be Eden Hazard kind of winger that comes in and then from that position, he attacks the box. So you want to play like that. Or you want a player that comes in and then, runs with the ball, but then he looks for openings so he can release other players. So ask yourself the question, what do you want him to do? And then you decide the attributes. Now, based on what I wanted Randall to unlock the target man and the advance forward and find the winger on attack. So all I needed him to do was keep the ball. Okay, I'll show you his attributes, right? So he had agility, balance, he'll keep the ball. He had first touch, controls the ball. His passing is only 10. His vision is 10. He's borderline basic, but he had a lot of flair. So I knew that this player, if he gets onto the ball, he will be able to dribble the ball, bring the ball inside, and because he's got high flair, I know that he can play a dangerous pass. On top of that, he's got cut inside from the left wing. Now, because he'll avoid using the weaker foot, he's also going to cross. And every single cross, being right only, will go towards goal. So there has to be somebody on that side of the pitch who's willing to attack the box. So I got one advance forward attacking the box and a target forward. So that's how I set it up. So looking at this, it's not what I look for. It's how I exploit. This game isn't about the tactic you look for. No, it's about what you can extract by looking at a player and going, okay, I'm going to do this with this guy. So you need to look at him and decide for yourself, what can you make him do? Not what attributes you look for. Now you're going to the venue of what I want my tactic to do. If I wanted him to be Eden Hazard, I'll be looking at different things. I'll be looking at acceleration, agility, balance, dribbling, finishing, and composure, and first touch, and off the ball. Then I'll look at him. Okay, this guy and aggression. Then I'll be looking at him going, now I want this guy to attack the area. Okay, so how do I make him attack the area then? Then I make sure that I have players pulling the opposite players on the other side. So instead of a winger now, like you can flip the formation then, right? Then you can flip it around and go like, I have this creative guy on the left-hand side, and now I got on the right-hand side, I'll have a player like that, playing as a winger, right? Because I want him starting even further out, and then taking those players on. Or I could play him as an inside forward, cutting inside and just going for goal. So it's a lot of it. A lot of it is got to come down to what you want that position to do. Because if you fall into the trap of going, oh my God, you know what is the best role for this position? Then you're always going to be stuck in that mindset. There is a best. No, you ask yourself, how do you want your goals to come? This is the reason why, when I did that video, right, I explained the 3 defensive line breaks. So you have 3 ways of breaking, right? There are others as well. This is like another line break where you use a player. Okay, so here we go. So I'm doing this, I'm hoping that we can go around them. So I'm playing against Yeovil. We don't need to win. I think hopefully we're not drunk. Hey, they give us, I mean, I should have seen that, man. I skipped right past them giving us a salute. They were giving us a salute and they're like, no respect. We're here to take 3 points. Terrible manager. So they are so angry they scored the goal. Because the manager ignored the salute and walked right past them. Like, they scored the goal. It's okay. Looking at the formation, they're playing a 4-2-3-1. So it's a bit risky what I'm doing because my fullback is going to be coming up. So there's going to leave pockets of space for them to attack. Okay, we're going to shift up now and go all the way to attacking. Okay, let's go. Putting a bit more pressure. I can see the pressure, but there we go. Randall takes the ball off him. Taylor now. Oi, that's good, man. They got a man on my target, man. So they're tight marking one of my top scorers. Smart team. Smart AI. Smart AI. Pushy, bloody AI got brains, man, this one. Okay. Dallison, okay. No. Oh, almost. Again, a lot of pressure. We're forcing them to play a really quick game, but they're actually playing quite well. They are playing quite well. They are playing quite well, man. I think my players are in a celebratory mood already. Ruffles now. Calling the players to come closer. Bingham, Pongo. Dallison, Ruffles, Bingham, goes wide. Polion. Oh, the header, the keeper got his hands to it. Now we got Kane. I'm thinking of putting the target man on the right and the advance for on the left. Okay. I'm going to put the advance for it here. I'm going to put a target for it here. Change it around. So he drops here so we can get the winger some support. Oh, Kane with the header. I think we can come back. I noticed something. Because you see this Volante, the fullback, they're running up the pitch, right? So it means that our right side can afford to. I want to bring that Volante back a bit. Because the Volante having too much stay in the game at the moment. Hopefully this works. I just realized it after I saw the formation. So I'm actually trying to counter the Volante's influence. Uh-oh. Oh, good stop from corner. Okay. We got the key highlights. Sims. The boys are celebrating, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, nice. Oh, no. Too early. I budgeted for how many defeats? 9 defeats, no? If you're dragging wingers up, you'll turn the table. It's okay. Yeah. There. The winger got into space with the target man. That's nice. Get in. Polion. Whoa! We got the equalizer. We're forcing the Volante back. Creating space for ourselves. Nice. Okay. Dallison with a great ball. Polion. The advance forward. Headed it. And then we got a target for right there, but he didn't use him. Nicely done. We leveled the match. Okay. Of course, Fonguk is not having a good game. We got Callum, man. We can bring him on. I think he's just giving from bad to worse. Okay. Second half. I mean, I should have done it at halftime, but, such is life. All right, Sims. Defended, but not well. Lisby. Bingham. Oh, what a goal. I mean, there's nothing I can say when they score from that range. Are you using a lot of PIs on lower leagues? No, you'll be surprised how many PIs I got in this tactic. People say you got to give PIs or lower league teams, right? They're already so bad, you want to tell them what to do, is it? I read this. I got people going, oh, my player can't pass, I ask you to pass his shot. Why are you so daft? Everything is like, don't listen to other people who tell you that. I really, I think all the advice people have been giving for years, right, is just gobbledygook. People tell you, oh, his passing is poor, so his passing is only 9, so I'm going to ask him to pass it short. I'm like, literally, dude, so what? 9 is the highest in the league, is it? Lowest in the league. The highest in the league might only be 12, 13. So what? 9 versus 13? 9 versus 13, no? Highest is 13, where's 9? So you got to look at everything in relationship to each other. So I never look at my PIs. I only got take more, take fewer. That's it. Not a single PI. Only in the center. Because I wanted this guy take a bit more risk with his passing and his closing down. This guy to take fewer risks because this guy's on attack duty. It's a flip on my normal. No? Normally I get this guy to take fewer risks and this guy to take more. But he's already. So I'm like, he's on defend duty. So I'm hoping that with those take more risk, he might. Oh no. I got to take it off. Take more risk with Kellerman. Kellerman is most likely going to get sent off. So I look at the situation. I don't like to play PIs in lower leagues. I don't. I think that it's great if your whole team. If I think it can be very useful, but I'm not playing anything with this. I want to keep it as simple as possible. I hardly ever use PIs, and I mean, I don't need to lah. I don't need my players to do too many funky things because a PI changes. What is it? What does a PI do? A PI makes a play. It's a tendency for a player to do something different. So now I'm thinking to myself, well, one moment I want it to go left, one moment I want it to go right. One moment I want it to cut inside, one moment I want it to cut outside. I mean, is my player good enough to do that in the first place? Is his decision making really good for him to decide when he's supposed to do that? No. I like PIing good teams because then I know they got good decision making, so that the unpredictability can be an asset. But here in the lower leagues, I don't know. I try not to do it. Yeah. Play as few PIs as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, where is our target forward? Where's our winger? Winger attack. Boom! Straight away target forward. Thank you very much. 3-2. The winger attack has got target forward. Target forward broke into the space and scored a goal. Alright, now we can take Kane off and bring on Jepat Tanger. And then we'll bring on, I think we'll bring on Louis John, asking him to play here. Defender. Asking a defender. I'm worried about Kellerman. He might get sent off. The substitute is being substituted. Nope. The wingers, only one winger is on opposite foot. Only the right winger, because I wanted his delivery to the right. I wanted him to be delivering to the right side with, in swingers. So I don't need a lot of technique for headers. Yeah. So there we go. Ebbsfleet, 100 points, top of the table. Clear. Run away. Champions. We came from behind to win this. The Vanarama National League is ours. I had budgeted 9 because normally in this league you need 9 defeats, as then you'll be in a close title fight. So we got 6, which is good. We drew a lot of games. In terms of data, I'm looking at team detail. I was expecting crossing to be a source. Goals per game, we scored the most. Expected goals 4. We created a lot of goal scoring opportunities. We're not the best, but we were flirting between 1 and 4 for most of the season, which is good. Cross completion, 18%. Considering the number of crosses completed, we are one of the higher ones in the league. 274. Still, York is really a crossing team, and 300 is a lot of crosses. So 274, quite decent. From corners, we ruled the roost, man. 21. Okay, we had 21 goals from corners. Remember, our We scored quite a number of goals, but I'm happy that we scored from corners too. Because remember what I said, this is a crossing tactic, so we're bound to see goals from corners too. Right, so chances created, we created 162, not the highest in the land, but definitely decent. In terms of players detail, right, we're looking at goals, goal scoring. Rakish scored 35 goals, right, which is fantastic considering the numbers. So our two strikers, 35 and 24, between them 69 goals. And then in terms of build-out play, you can see how much support I have in my team, right? So basically, this will tell me how many players were involved in our goals. So all these players are involved in all our goals. The ones who are most involved, you know what, like XG chain, something like XG chain. So Shea O'Connor was involved in a lot of goals. Will Randall was involved a lot. So that means that there are a lot of goals that featured our goalkeeper passing out from the back. Will Randall, Rakish, Luke O'Neill, Anthony Stewart, Tom Dallison, Dominic Polio, and Wesley Fongkook were central to our system. So okay, good. And then if chances, the person who created the most chances, you can see Todd Kane. I know that he's also taking set pieces, so I'm not surprised with this. Non-penalty XG per 90. These are the players who get into goal scoring position, 0.51 non-penalty XG per 90. That's actually, look at this, man. You know, this is just a reflection, right, of how bad the defending is. I mean, look at the number of players who got high non-penalty XG. So open play expected assists, Todd Kane again, 8.61 in the game. So pretty happy with his performances. Defending, right? Headers won ratio is something that I look at. Luke O'Neill. Most of them are central defenders, no? My best header is actually the one who wins the most is Luke O'Neill, who's a right back. So it's quite sad. Yeah, interceptions made. Again, normally in my teams, when I'm managing a good side, I'll be in the top 3. But look at me. I've got nobody here who made a lot of interceptions, right? Interceptions, there's an interceptions made, no? The one who made the most interceptions, right? So like, you know, are we breaking up play in that sense? Not really. Interceptions per 90 is actually a very good metric, but I don't have it here. It is there, but you know, it's still going to take us some time to find it. Remember what I had with team bonding as well? No, I'm going to a new team, man. I'm definitely going to a new team. We're going to do another challenge. Yeah, the challenge was not to... I'm not going to be managing Ebbsfleet after this. Yeah, because once I get them promoted, that's it. My goal was very simple. The goal in this stream was to find a tactical advantage with the team. If I get promoted, I'm crafting a tactical advantage. That's different. Right? Signing players, adding to the team to build on what I've already got. So that's different. So if I were going to be playing next season, I carry on playing exactly the same system, 4-2-4, because I'm going to be an underdog. I did this in every lower league save since the days of Gloucester City, right? So that's a Kingstonian Diaries. I always found a tactic that would give me a tactical advantage throughout. And I used to favor the 4-1-3-2 because there are 2 strikers as well. Back in the day, I think up to about FM 17, fullbacks and wingbacks were king. You could create a lot of tactics with them, and the AI was terrible at defending. Now the AI is getting better at defending, so this formation has become one of the best formations in the game for non-league football. This is, in my opinion, the best formation for a non-league side. You're guaranteed to be safe, and you're gonna punch above your weight all the time, because you're protecting yourself in the center with a box. You have a double flank attack. You can switch it on and switch it off anytime you want. And then if you're getting desperate and you're thinking to yourself, okay, fine, how do I score on the break if I'm desperate? IFD, attack. And I've done that many times in the season. Okay, I've got some crazy matches where, when do I use this? If I'm playing against a 5-2-2-1, I will definitely start with this formation first, because I never want their wingbacks leaving, because the moment their wingbacks bring the ball to their defensive midfield, game over for me. Because if I use this, it'll take too long for my players to press them. Then they'll have an overpowering advantage over my team. So when I'm playing against a 5-2-2-1 only, I use this, because this is my 5-2-2-1 counter. Because the moment the 5-2-2-1 comes, their wingbacks under pressure, they have to pass inside. I've got these 2 in front of the defenders. Their first line of passing options is gone. They have to pass it to their second line, which is their 2 central midfielders. There's 2 central midfielders come up against this, and then they've got this. Because their wingers can't get the wingbacks will have to navigate past these 2 after that, these 2. So yeah, so I use this for that formation. So far I think in terms of, if you go to the data hub team performance, you can see the shot map. So most of my goals, 40 with the feet, still 30 over 70. So you can imagine how many clear-cut chances I created with the feet. So we got a lot of phenomenal goal-scoring opportunities. I mean, just the last game, one of the games we just played, 5 clear-cut chances in that match alone. It's not, I'm not surprised that I created so many clear-cut chances, because at the end of the day, when you create these kind of tactics, it's a question of how many goal-scoring opportunities can you create, and then more importantly, the kind of finishing that you want to put. So I just kept it simple. 2 strikers, always the best. Always the best. Hands down the best. Because as one striker formation, the problem is that one striker needs this guy to get into the area. So you're always faced with a cross diagonal. Here I can do a cross from here. I don't need to pull in low blocks. Notice there's no low block. So the tactic was very simple. Underlap, focus play down the left, play our defense. Did I have a focus play on the right side? No. Look at this tactic as well. This has focus play on the right as well. This one is a focus play, focus play down the right, and it's got underlap and focus play so that I can release when I need to display. Now, this tactic is different. So some matches I go like this. In most matches, I will start like this. And then I will suss out the situation whether I can afford to release this guy and play with 3 at the back. So with that result, we did okay. Yeah. The tactical advantage, guys, is very straightforward. Okay, if you're looking for a team, when you're playing a lower league save, your tactical advantage may not exist in terms of attributes. So your tactical advantage is always going to be the formation. And why did I pick the 4-4-2 DM? Why not the 4-2-3-1 DM? Why not the 4-3-3? Because it's also defensive. Why not the 5-2-2-1? Really easy. 4-4-2 DM has a fullback and a winger, right? It's far more easier to find fullbacks who can play as wingers who can win the ball than it is for you to find a winger who can play as a fullback. In the game of Football Manager, there are a diamond. You can pick up fullbacks anywhere. You look left, you look right, you throw a stone, you find a fullback. Okay, they may not be all phenomenal, but you don't need 2 phenomenal fullbacks. You just need both of them to have tackling. And the moment you have both of them with some position in tackling, you got yourself your winger. So all you got to do with that fullback is to retrain him as an AML or a midfielder. And that's it. Problem solved. But if you go out there and you get a winger, hey, you're forced to use a system that deploys attacking wingers. So you never have this option. Maybe I want to use a defensive winger. You don't have that player with you. Right? So it's far more easier for a lower league side to play a system where there are more players available. So I always play roles like DMs. Of course, you can play other roles, right? No one's stopping you. But for me, it's like simple. I simplify the roles. I got 1 fullback, I got 1 winger, I got 1 target man, I got 1 advanced forward. You can't go wrong, right? I mean, it's all easy to players that you don't require, the roles don't require a high CA. So I never play a complete forward. In fact, I never play with complete forward. Depends, regardless of the level I play in. So that's what you got to do when you play Football Manager, right? So you want to look for a lower league advantage. Look at the players. Doesn't exist. Then look at the tactic. The 4-4-2 DM, the best tactic in the game for lower leagues. Then what do? Go out there, find yourself some fullbacks. Get a lot of them. Make sure you got 3 DMs. Then up top, then you just worry about the strikers. Strikers, yeah. If I need to retrain a defender to be a striker, I always do that. I always retrain a defender to become a striker. I have done it a few times too, because I need a target man. That's not difficult. Then the fast striker, it can be a short guy. This team, 1 tall, 1 short. That's it. It worked. Why do I use play out from the back for the 4-4-2? Because I want to draw teams in. Okay. This is a very interesting question. Why do I use play out from the back? Because I want to suck you in and hit you on the break. Because I will just go here and then my players are behind. So if these players just play 1 ball into pass, if they can link up, great. If not, I will just turn pass into space on, or I just go slightly more, I increase the tempo. Because remember this, right? I got target man, target forward, advance forward. I don't need to play pass into space all the time. All right. So now I'm going to save this. So if anybody on Discord wants to carry on, you can. Let me go to Discord now. I think it's here. Shared saves. There. Ebbsfleet. Season completed. So you guys, by all means, have fun. Enjoy yourself. The save is now yours. I have done the work. I have gotten them promoted. It's all up to you now what you do with this club. Next club, we'll worry about it later. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring your tactics. Yeah, I got, after beating Rockdale, there's a story here. You know. There was a story in that one. Because after I beat Rockdale, I wanted to keep the news clippings. So I kept that. I kept all the news clippings, man. I want to do a little story about community BYT slot. Let's see where we do. Where's bring your tactics? Did I delete the file? There we go. You always forget whether I deleted the file or not. I didn't delete the file. Okay. So we're off to do bring your tactics. I think there's a save as well. There might be a save. There might be a save. I have to check. Oh man, it's not on. File request. Let me see here. Then you save. Yeah, nothing here. Oh, we got a few. Spurs fan, he sent a few saves in. Wow, I got a lot, man. I got Dale save. I got Thomas save. Thomas, you got 3. Which one am I supposed to take? Yeah, pick one. Later we do that. Later or tomorrow. Okay. All right. FM, Discord. Your tactics. Let's see your tactics. FM 24. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Spartan Spearhead, Dominoes, Domizi, Dominoes, Blitzer, this one I don't have, Specialist. I think we're going to download all these tactics. All right. Then we're going to check E, Sports Interactive, Atlanta Customary. I think I uploaded mine to a wrong thing. This is from the public is here. This is what you guys sent in, right? So I gave you the link. I got Wannabe, Pep, Adjusting, and Alison Montero, Livedoor Prof. Your Chester save is here as well. Okay, so those are the 3 saves I've got from all you guys. So based on the link I just shared with you. All right. Okay, download, extract all. I do the Discord ones first because Discord ones I play through. Yeah. Hey, Spurs fan, are you still here? Which save am I using? Could be a chance to take a look at his save. No. Go look at Spurs fan save as well after this. All right, so tactics now. We got a couple of tactics. So we're gonna load. E. Okay, that's it, correct. When is SI going to release some news? 22nd. I mean, otherwise, we got 2. We're going to take the Spartan Spearhead, Rondo. Rondo, you got 3. Okay, 4. I'm not a big fan of this, but we can try it out. Wingback, DM, EM, Shadow Striker. This is quite interesting actually. Libero is going to come up here, hold the line. This guy going to have a step ladder all the way to goal. Yeah, too small. This is crazy, man. You're going to have 2. Depending on how good this player is, you could get multiple ladders up to goal. You have been You're really you guys are really Escardiniaing your way to goals, man. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Yeah, I know. I'm just switching cameras. So, yeah, first look at my beautiful face. All right, Cultured Leftwood, you didn't get a chance to see the finale for Ebbsfleet, or you might have. So here we go. This is the first tactic. We got this tactic. Let's see if it's got any PIs. Move into channels. Close down more tackle ladder, mark data. You've been lurking. Okay. On work calls. Life. It's always good, man. Some people don't have work calls, no? They're retired. Some people have no work calls and they're still looking for work. So you got 14 jumping reach, you'll put Polystar. I don't know what Witzel. I mean, Axel Witzel is a defensive midfielder. No? The space 9, but it's very slow now. So we'll put Savage. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Let's see how this tactic plays out. First couple of minutes. Looking at the tactic, I will speed it up a bit. So they're playing from right to left. So the question is whether you can effectively build something that moves out the pitch. And first highlight, really, you're defending, right? So normally, if you're an extended highlight, that's cause for warning. Yeah. Molina, not enough support on his side. You can see Molina is struggling to look for options. Okay, now we go look for options to pass the ball. At this point, you stop. Here is where you stop. Okay, how many passing lanes does this guy have? Must be minimum 3. He must have 3. Okay, so he's got 1 dangerous pass, 2 also dangerous pass, 3 safe pass. So how is he going to pass the ball? Why do you think I play roaming playmakers and focus play on my tactics? Yeah, so there's a problem right now with this tactic. So this white centre back, he's going to hold up. No? He's not going to do a lot of options. So you'll watch what he does, right? Okay, now these players are to move in. So there are several things you can do. One, you can play a really low tempo. Okay. So he gets the Koke, then after that, you got to look at Koke. How many passing options does he have? Right, he doesn't have much time on the ball, right? Look at it. When he receives the ball,
Turn on the mic, you're muted. Turn on the mic, you're muted.
When you play football, there's something called a hospital pass. Okay, it means that when you pass the ball to me, there are players next to me, and I'm going to be sent to the hospital because they'll tackle me. That's what happens to Koke. So whenever you create any kind of tactic, right, you got to look for passing options. So he gets to him. Immediately when I see this, I go like, okay, we have a problem. He has no passing options. So your link player in the center has no passing options. What happens to your DM? Your DM becomes a liability. That position becomes a major liability. Give away the ball and you got a counter on. Now, if I see this in any tactic, I'm changing rules. I'm formatting everything. Right? I'll change everything straight away. So what can you do? One of the things you can do is those wing backs, make them sit narrow. Cut inside with the ball. 2, those wide central defenders stop being defend duties, they become support duties. So I know you had a libero there, hoping the libero brings the ball forward, right? So your play out of defense is really important, which is the reason why those wide centre backs gotta be on support. They can't be on defend anymore. Because your libero is going up. You can get a step ladder up, but only if the libero is gonna, work closely with the DM. Yeah, so those central defenders got to play a part. So that is a transition we have to address. I will address that first and see whether we can fix it later. But we're watching now. The next thing you want to know is, that's a defense to midfield. So whenever I fix transitions, right, I go from defense to midfield, consolidate, and then an attack. So there are 3 parts I will look at. Yeah. So always you want to address 3 things. So I only address the first one, defense to midfield first. Like I haven't seen anything of note from midfield to attack yet. So That's a problem that needs to be addressed in the tactic. Brings the ball forward. Okay, this is the first one I'm seeing. Okay. All right. Okay, so we can get the ball, but they're taking two. They're bringing the ball in when the real thing they should be doing is putting the ball in. They're bringing the ball in. I'd rather them drop the ball on somebody's head. Here we go. Advance and Shadow Striker. Okay. So okay, let's make a change straight away. Alright, so first things first, change these two guys to white center back on support. White center back on support. Okay. Then we got this guy, he's gonna be a defend duty. This guy is gonna be a wing back on support, but he is going to go sit narrow car inside. And this guy is gonna do the same thing, sit narrow car inside. I want them to go this way. DM on support is fine. With ball, standard passing. We're not going to do this yet. We're going to dribble less, move the ball faster. Take short kicks. Okay. Okay. The pay. Move into channel. I'm going to play him here. Lamar, short, right? 7 as well. Griezmann. Yeah, just play you so it once forward. The pay. Riquelme. Alright, so we got these two going away. And then Lamar is what? Left footer. This guy? Right footer. Okay lah. I mean, Mova goes out of the guard. Okay. This guy's gonna come in here. These guys will stay wider, bring out the ball. I'm hoping they dribble the ball a bit to release the pass to him. And then we will have the widest player holding up the ball. So this guy's going to now slightly higher. So if they're widest player, they're going to look inside for players to pass the ball to. Okay, so when he gets up, if he goes up, right, he's going to look for runs when they're happening. Might come from these two as well. And that might happen with these guys. So the widest player looks for runs happening inside. So inside him. So beside him, inside. So he's here, then somebody's making runs from here and here. Alright, let's see what happens in the second half. I think your weakness is that you don't have an ML, somebody in the ML position. That's the only other thing. And I might have to move the mentality slightly higher to shift the team. Koke is already tired. Focus play left and right. Okay, forgot that. Koke comes off. Axel Witsel is too slow. Pablo Barrios. I mean, much of Saul. Okay, we get Saul on. No, we're not gonna play roaming playmaker. I need these guys high up the pitch. They need to be my link to midfield. Lino, Lema. All right. Okay, we're gonna use this guy as a target forward, not as an advanced forward. Okay, you can play a short player as a target forward too. I want my players to send it out quickly. Now they're taking too long. But this is exactly how I play it. Target forward, Shadow Striker. AM is fine. Those AMs are gonna be drifting around, moving into the channels. We're closing down more. Yeah, I mean, it can work. And this guy cutting inside, going this way. Don't think we're gonna roam. I'm actually getting them to be more attacking. Yeah. They're too defensive. We already got so many players in the defensive phase. Too many. You got way too many players in the defensive phase. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You release the wing backs. You can't defend the flanks with the wide centre backs. Then you shouldn't be playing a back five. Yeah. So we made just a few changes to the tactic, right? So we got set piece goal, which is, something. Better than nothing. But now we also seen some transitions where we're attacking them. But I would change target forward to shadow striker. So at least you get a few more attacking patterns. Okay, not too bad. They're still defending quite solidly. Nice. So I say, the good thing about target forward is counter attacks. A lot of my goals with Ebbsfleet counter attacks. Team attack, target forward in front, ball goes straight to him. And I use two roles, target forward and advanced forward. Because advanced forward is a focal point attack, so you bank, your bottom dollar, that guy is going to go forward. They're going to get the ball to him quickly. I don't know if next year for Football Manager whether they're going to have a similar role. Because it's too much of the advanced forward makes the game too easy when you use it, because it's kind of like if you're creating a very attacking tactic, you're basically telling the game, hey, send the ball up quickly. So all these game pressing systems all favor the advanced forward. Right, so I would change this tactic. I'll play this guy as a target forward. Okay, you can play AF and shadow striker too, but these guys need to get high up the pitch. So you can go sit narrow cut inside. You can add the underlap. I mean, probably focus may not be necessary. Just underlap would have been nice. Focus play might shift this guy too much. Yeah. So that these guys up the pitch, and that's how I play it. And you can definitely go on a balanced mentality. Slightly higher. Work ball into box may not be your friend. Yeah. Because you just watch. And then this role can 100% go more attacking. Wingback attack. If you're going to play a back five, release the wingbacks. Otherwise, your tactic doesn't create too many goal scoring chances. And it's not defensive. Yeah, you want it to be defensive. If you really want a tactic with the defensive, right, play a 4-4-2 DM. Ignore all the rest. You want to play another very good defensive tactic. The two best defensive tactics in the game, 5-2-2-1 and the 4-4-2 DM. These are the two best, hands down, the best defensive systems in the whole game of Football Manager. No other system comes close. And I know somebody's out to prove me wrong, which is great. I love it when people do that. Okay, so we got Atalanta 2, Customary. How do you play a 5-2-2-1 defensive? Same thing, what? Just draw your defensive line, lower defensive line, a lower defensive line, so your fullbacks don't go charging out the pitch willy-nilly. Then play DM, right? Push shadow striker, advance forward in front. You got two. How's the opposition going to play through the middle? They can't, right? They come down your flanks, right? So you trap them inside. That's it. You're tackling, they lose the ball, then you hit them on a counter. Your counter is always going from the top. Your two wing backs, they just have to be attacking mentality. That's it. It's quite easy. It's the easiest formation to turn defensive. Next to the 4-4-2 DM. I'll show you with this tactic later. It's very easy. Now this is quite attacking. This is good wingback, DM, Volante. Well, I'll be in the next 14 days to go. Actually, right, say it loudly. With 2 consecutive promotions, right, that's why I don't think, first, I think is FM makes it too easy for you to get consecutive promotions in the game of Football Manager. It is way too easy, right, in my opinion. But I think there are a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with me. A lot of people. Even if you play it realistically, like what I did with the last team, right? I played it realistically. I didn't go out there. I didn't sign too many players. I did only in the event that one of my players was either so bad or players left the club, right? So I had to go and find somebody, right? So in fact, the club, the game itself came to me and says, we need to do an emergency recruitment thing, which I've never seen in the game of Football Manager. So if you are playing a low league team, and and you get promoted, you start with a clean slate all the time because your contracts are never longer than a year. So you just have to, okay, whoever wants to play for me. If you don't want to play for me, you leave. So you're always rebuilding. You're always rebuilding. So your second season, I know I'm going to be rebuilding. Right? Because a lot of these players are gone in just 2 months' time. I'm only left with 4 players in the club. 4 players. So I'm going to have a fresh budget, 1.9. I just go and sell a lot of freebies. I got another 11. That's it. Yeah, but easy. But not all be consecutive. Yeah. But it's so easy. Yeah. It's very, very easy. I find it very easy. I think that the game in that sense is quite easy. I mean, I don't want to say it like it doesn't matter. That easy doesn't matter. And some people might get offended, because they might be finding it as a challenge. I know some of you find it as a challenge, but yeah. I think the reason why you're finding it as a challenge, you overcomplicate too much. You watch too many videos which tell you must give PIs to bad players. Or don't change your mentality. So a lot of people who are finding it a challenge have been brainwashed into thinking they shouldn't change their tactic. I've had people come to my stream and tell me, hey, you shouldn't be playing on attacking mentality. You're away from home. You should be playing on cautious, or you should be playing on positive. I'm like, dude, seriously, get off my stream and then. Because that's all bad advice. And then the other advice that people give, which is really terrible, is, for this given mentality, you need to have more attacking roles. I'm like, where the is that coming from? Some guidebook that was written in 2012. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the positional play system, nothing to do. So a lot of the information that people get, you gotta be taken with a pinch of salt. So like I've always said, when you play a football manager, keep things simple. Yeah, just keep it simple. Play to your strengths. There are going to be formations that give you a strength. Find them, use them, and don't PI the living daylights out of a player. Never do. I mean, you see me doing it, but that's because I have good players. See, I PI because my players can decide what to do when the time comes. Because even if you tell a player to pass it short as a PI, he's never going to do it all the time. So why give a player with poor decision making pass it short? You're assuming he's always going to pass it short at the right time. That's a bad assumption to make in Football Manager. You shouldn't. Yeah, I know it helps, but I don't do it. I'm not saying everybody should listen to me, but have fun. Enjoy. Don't enjoy. Enjoy yourself. Sorry. I know I do say some things that for some people might even seem controversial. I'm not an echo chamber. I don't echo what advice people give. I never have and never will. Especially the whole adage that there is a certain way to play Football Manager. I had it. There was one time I got so fed up. There was this respected content fellow, He would always preach about how you should play it in a certain way. And I used to tell him, I said, dude, there's so many ways to play the game. Why does everybody have to, so I intentionally played it a different way. Because I was doing it differently. And I just said, no, I just want to play like an old man. I don't have time for reading too many guides. Okay, so looking at this thing, got Rodrigo de Paul. I think I'm a bit worried about playing him here. I like this arrives late in opponent's area, avoids user run with ball off. And then got Correa. Correa is fast, he can get away his jumping reach. He's going to be fast. So the thing about these kind of strikers is they're really only good when they work with partners who can put them into space, or they are attacking space and they've got space to run into, right? So other than that, we'll put Morata, because I'm not sure yet. Okay. Then we got Griezmann. Griezmann is what? Passing vision decisions. But with his age, I think he'll be more of a playmaker, right? So he's right-footed, right? So no, left-footed. So he cannot deliver anything to his head. So we got Tech Morris get further forward, which is running contrary to his comes deep to get the ball. Which is, again, here, this is... Remember, it's an instruction that essentially says, all PIs are a tendency too, not 100% rule. So sometimes he will still come deep because sometimes he will go up to get further forward, which is going to be kind of crazy for this guy, man. I mean, sometimes he'll be so deep, he's going to be running all the way to the box. So does he have the stamina to do this or not? I mean, his stamina is only what? Now, 14. Maybe we'll play someone else. Yeah, I think this is... we put Griezmann on... Okay, hold on. Let me think. Can I play Morata as a shadow striker? You can. Yeah, we'll just... I don't play Griezmann there. I'll play Thomas Lemar there. Okay, all right. Because inside from both wings rounds. This, I rather this. The attributes. How many tactics? I've only one, I think. Yeah. My transfer budget was always used for wages. I could sign for free players. Yeah, cool. Definitely. Transfer budget is always for wages, not for transfers. Transfer budget is always for your wages, not for bringing players in. That's the rule in lower league football. Yeah. That's what you do in lower league football. You never, I mean, that's what I do. I don't know about you guys. But that's exactly what I do, man. For me, I release. A lot of players, I think my wage budget feels like I'm a rich man. Then I go like, yeah, okay. Then it becomes a case of, then I set a budget in my head. No player can be paid more than 60,000. No player. So everybody I negotiate 60, 50. I calculate how much I can divvy up. How many players can I bring in? Yeah. And don't forget, no matter which team you manage, right? Regardless of which team you manage, the first youth intake, right, is going to have at least 2 players in there who are going to have high PA. Very rare that you get bad PA. The very first youth intake. Yeah. Very first youth intake. Don't dump the whole first youth intake. Because you're going to have at least 1 player or 2 players that are decent. Yeah. I don't know why, but Football Manager is a peculiar game. Okay. The reason why it's peculiar is because there are certain things that are unique to the game in the first season. In the first season, Wonder Kids just sprout like nothing all over the world. It's like the game is decided, okay, we are generating all the Wonder Kids. This is the number for each country. Boom, all them pop up. So it's like the first generation batch. You always see, have you ever noticed when you do development saves, right? Golden generation odds are very high in the first season. It's not you alone. Everybody's having golden generation all across the world where the youth rating is high. Okay? What then will happen is that the game goes through a phase where maybe the first 2, then you'll stabilize because you'll knock off either the first or the second season. Then it'll stabilize for 2 or 3 seasons, right? You won't see anything happening. Then 4. Then again, like maybe 5 or 6 seasons later, again you'll see the whole thing. It's like a cycle in Football Manager. It's a predictable cycle. Yeah. It's very predictable. The thing is, you always get 4 or 5 stars at the start of a game. Yeah, you will. You don't just go and dump all the players. Or there'll be at least 1 or 2 players who will be there. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, so far, okay, we're playing a narrow system. I mean, I would want to attack this opposition a bit more with wingbacks. The thing is, when I play wingbacks means I'm in your zone, I'm in your face. You got to attack them. You cannot not attack them. Okay, so first half is done. Nothing happened, right? So we're going to change the tactic around. We're going to make it a bit more intensive. Okay, all right. This low cross, we don't have to go all the way to the byline. We're going to mix up the passing. Counter press, that's fine. We got, yeah, I'm going to go all the way, but I'm going to drop this down. I'm not going to have prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. There really isn't a point. Only 3. We're just going to take one of these guys out and we don't know who it's going to be. Then we're going to trap inside. No, we're not going to trap inside. I got a volante there, man. Whoops, take him out. What is this? We're not going to trap inside. There's a volante. I just realized that. Okay. You got a DM here. It's taking few risks and taking out. We've got a volante coming up. Shadow Strike is going to... We want this guy not to stay wider. He's not helping the cause. This guy is going to force this guy. Where is this guy going to go, man? He's going to go to the touchline and there are going to be 2 guys at the touchline doing something funky. Because the volante is going up, this guy doesn't need to. In fact, what we want this guy to do is just stay either there or just come inside. Because he's going wide, this guy's coming out, so get him to attack the center. Okay, this guy stay wider. You don't require all this. Okay, so this guy is going to be here. Take more risk, get further forward. Actually, you don't need this. I just go shadows, double shadow strikers. We'll just get these guys to attack. Alright, we've got advanced forward, advanced shadow striker, shadow striker. Alright. Okay, now let's do this. Bellingham. Hey, Shaw, how are you, man? Hey, the only thing about this game is Fantasy Manager. You're playing Real Madrid now. I didn't realize it. Okay. After this, if we do score a goal, we're changing into a very defensive version. This is actually 5-2-1 is quite defensive. Yeah. I mean, it's a defensive tactic, right? Put it in. Oh, Morata gets there. So we're putting a lot of pressure on them now. Yep. So you see what the difference is made? Because now my wingbacks are actually attacking them. That's how you're sending all the wingbacks away. Why? You're on the right flank is not helping the cause. Because you got that role already being pushed to the right. So you're pushing them to the right needlessly. So just don't do that. Yeah. If you got a volante coming up and the shadows are ramming up, there's no point asking a wingback. The whole logic, I see people putting stay wide and wingbacks all the time. I'm like going, oh, what are you doing, man? Especially when they got a positional play role in front of them. How much more wider do you think he's going to go? He's going to be running exclusively on the touchline. So that's gone, right? So don't do that. You got to ask yourself a question when you play the game, no? My advice is always look at the game and ask yourself certain questions. Is this good for me? All right, so we got this. I'm just going to turn into a target forward. Okay, all right. Okay, so now we're going to target forward. I'm still going to attack them, but we can play. Now we're playing higher up the pitch, right? Much higher defensive line. I drop this so that these two don't go running into space. Maybe we can go all the way down to cautious. No? Okay, play our defense. Still defensive. Okay, this is actually defensive for this team. So I'm not going to sit back. Okay, if I drop it here, it's a mid block. Then I'm allowing their fullbacks and their wingers to attack me. So is that defensive? It could be if we did it in a certain way. All right, so trap inside. DM support. Shadow striker, wingback. Pass into space. Higher tempo, no. Dribble less. Right defense. Mid block, trap inside. Get stuck in. Alright, so as they come in, we're going to attack them to the center. Alright, and then we're going to release them. Take few risks, no. No. I'm not going to say tackle harder. Opposition, what am I playing against? So we're going to tackle this guy hard, tackle this guy hard. He comes in, we tackle him out. This guy comes in, we tackle him. Alright, so this guy, we're going to keep him to the right. We're going to keep him to the left. And then we're going to wrong foot him. Alright, here we go. So we play two narrow systems playing against each other. Okay, now we're being defensive. Okay, we can actually put these guys cover. All right, so high defensive line. High defensive line because I want them involved in the attacks. I don't want them sitting back. Okay, and Pablo Barros. I popped up the link in chat earlier, so you guys have to check. Scroll back to get the link if you want to pop in tactics. So you have to scroll back. If you're on YouTube, it should be able to scroll it back. Yeah. Rodrigo Paul has got the ball. Oh man, if you have a target man, right, you can play floaters. No? You just leave the ball hanging. Quite easy. Then you put it. It's dangerous. Okay, so now this guy, as per Quetta, inside the ball scenario is still fine. This one we left it. I didn't change it. I just left it normal. I mean, like you don't have to actually. So we can also take this off. Just leave it because now we don't have a. We're not playing with a volante here, right? So I removed this. So it doesn't make any sense now for him to cut inside. This guy is already there. So Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Our job is just to make it hard for Real Madrid to score goals. So we got into like a kind of a defensive shape now. So I'm trying to. So they're going to keep attacking us, and I'm just hoping that our defenders got a jumping reach to handle the threat. So and then we're going to try and hit them on the counter if an opportunity presents itself. So it's basically a 3-man strike force in the form of a target man and 2 shadow strikers. So as long as we keep doing this, we're fine. So I can even do this. I don't want them to. And the 2 DMs and the defenders are quite close, right? So I don't want everybody to react to mistakes. We already got some OIs on some players. We don't need everybody doing it. So we're basically putting a wall up against Real Madrid. Okay, what we can do, because we got 3 attack duties now, we can actually stop all this, distribute quickly. Switch over the opposition defense, distribute quickly. Counter press is still okay, but now we want to counter all the time. Okay, now counter press is not necessary. Yeah. This is a defensive 5-2-2-1. Of course, in a defensive 5-2-2-1, you expect to be defending, right? So you don't expect to be dominating with possession unless you want to play high up the pitch and then be defensive in their half. So it's a question of where are you being defensive, in your half or their half. So I was in defensive only in our half for a long time, and now I'm like still in our defensive in our half. Look at our shape. We didn't give away easy chances to Real Madrid, and all I did the whole game was force them into this funnel. And we change the PIs. Well, I tell you something. Yesterday there were some spectacular goals in Champions League, right? But the Benfica were robbed. I mean, Benfica. I thought Chesney was in a very sharing mood. I mean, the number of mistakes one goalkeeper can make in one game, he just took the record. It was like, in fact, Benfica had a clear penalty. I mean, the penalty that was given to Barcelona, the player just got, I think, the 3rd goal, right? This guy just put his hand on the guy's back. He went tumbling in the area like a penalty, right? Benfica had 2 players on one Benfica player. That wasn't a penalty. I'm like going, seriously? What the is going on in this game? And Benfica were robbed. Yes, Barcelona did not deserve to win. They were playing. Yeah, some of the goals were nice, I don't blame some goals, but it was not a game I enjoyed. But Barcelona have a habit of showing up when they need to show up. The thing is, they can play badly and still score 4 goals. That's the thing about Barcelona right now. They're very, very dangerous. I think their manager is done Hansi Flick, right? Yeah, Hansi Flick. His system is scary, man. They can play terribly and do well. So I think tonight is Man City, right? Man City is playing tonight. Okay, why is this all happening? Okay. All right. So we got all these tactics. So these are all the ones from Discord. These are all the public. So you got one. Public tactics are here. After that, down. So okay, I'm gonna assume all the tactics are in already, because all the tactics are there. All right. Okay, next tactic. So we done Atalanta. We done BYT, where are you? Okay. So we done Atlanta, Dominoes. Okay. All right. Another 5-2-2. Today is the day of the 5-2-2. I want to play Man City next. So this will be fun. Fell for Benfica. They played so well. Okay, so now we've got a tactic attacking. This is high. Invite crosses. Oh no. Don't with a spectre, please don't do that. When you play only with wing backs, you do invite cross, they tuck in, all you do is defend crosses. Your wing backs on attack become too deep. I wouldn't have wing backs with don't invite cross. Yeah, you become narrow. You want your wing backs to be the okay. When your defensive fifth becomes narrow, your wing backs come inside. Instead of helping you close down the opposition player, that's where they're gonna be. So they lose the ball. So if you want your wing back to close down the opposition fullback, it ain't happening. Yeah, so you gotta be thinking about that. So if you want to close down the opposition fullback, when he has the ball, don't play invite cross. I mean, you're gonna close him down with your wing back. No? Because in back five, I will never recommend doing that. I know. I think Benfica themselves, it got to their heads. They were 4-2 up. They should have held on to that lead. They should never have lost that game. No, they have to bear some blame. 100% they have to bear some blame. Don't allow yourself to lose 5-4. Just you're celebrating a bit too early. Halftime already, you're thinking to yourself, "Yeah, we won. We beat Barcelona." That's your problem. That's the problem. And their manager was giving them the hairdryer treatment in front of the fans. Anybody notice that? I was so like, wow, I love this kind of managers, man. They don't wait until you get into the. He did not wait until the players got into the dressing room. No, he gave them the hairdryer treatment on the pitch. He called them together and he went into them on the pitch. That is a class manager. Because you as players, you are playing for the fans. I can't accept that. Even if I was a Benfica fan, I would not accept how they played. I mean, I will definitely say the referee was definitely a Barcelona fan. I'll say that. Yeah, but then you can only say for one penalty. There's only one goal, not 5. 4 other goals you have to be blamed. You got to blame the defense. You can't blame the referee already. You can't even blame the referee for 1 goal. You consider 5. No, at the end. At the end, when the game finished, they didn't show, no? Some parts of the world didn't see that. Yeah, I saw it. I saw the Benfica coach going through his players. After the game. I don't see him. He was not complaining. His face was red. All the players were. I thought I saw that, They did. To me, it looked like that. All right, so what happened in this tactic? Oh my God. Yeah, first things first, take this out. All right, now, depends how you want to play this, right? So you want to play this, you got to close up the lines. This tactic got too many lines. And prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Anytime you see it like this, 3, don't ever use prevent short goalkeeper distribution, all right? Anytime you push this line, it becomes super close, drop it to here. Because if you do this, everybody's going to go for the same player, so you don't want that. Okay, now shorter passing. Why do you pass into space and short passing? What, you want a 10-meter through ball, is it? Now, I know the logic people say because this guy is going to play through passes. Why are you only doing that? Because the wing back can play a long pass because he's got line channel passes. He can play. The AP is here. AP. You can't be depending on these two players alone to play those passes. You got two roles here that can play a line pass, and that is not a short pass. That is a long pass. So the moment you do this, you affect these two. Unless you go in right here and take out all this. Okay, so you take all this. Stay wider, stay wider, stay wider, stay wider, tackle harder, mark position. But all this take out. Oh, don't mark. If you want the wing back to go and attack the fullback, you never mark specific position because it will never work. It will never work. You want him to go out there immediately to mark, and this guy will take it out. I think this tactic was here last week. Yeah. You want to do move into channels is useful. This guy roam. I think I did this tactic last week. Yeah, definitely did this tactic last week. I remember these exact settings I'm making these changes. Okay, so I'm just gonna change it now and then we're gonna play. Yeah, I did this exact thing last week. Yeah. I moved the thing up to here. Over, dribble less, distribute, and then we can do counter, distribute fullbacks. There's no fullbacks, but they count as wing. Those fullbacks count as wingbacks. Are those wingbacks count as fullbacks in the game? If Vinny Jones drops like Yamal, we got a commentary because he did this tactic already. Yeah. It might not influence. It's always raised. Yeah, if Vinny Jones. Hey, Libro Pro, how are you? So think about the always think about when to use it. I think invite crosses. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed through. I always play this tactic high up the pitch. AP, AM, not really. You want to turn this into like a shadow striker and attack the box. You got two options to attack the box. And then why do I not want the wing backs to stay wide? You got 5-2-2-1. You think you got a lot of players out wide, is it? A lot of players are in the center. So why are you asking him to go so far away from his own players? So if you give him the option to decide when to go wide and when to go narrow, works your advantage. So we only consider that one goal against Manchester City instead of a few more. Yeah. I'm telling you, this tactic is very defensive. You can make it into a very good tactic. You don't have to once you go on a much higher defensive line, right? And you play high up the pitch, and then you remove prevent shot distribution and you drop the pressing intensity, your tactic becomes almost impossible to break down. Now we're going to look at another tactic. All right, Matti, Shivas. I think we done all. The last tactic is Matti's tactic. Okay. Done. All right. That is what his tactic. Matti's tactics normally I don't need to do anything. AF, winger, team attack, box to box, DLP, fullback. Very nice tactic. Very, very good tactic, man. This one shorter passing is actually quite interesting. All right, because he's going to work the ball up the pitch, there's a lot of building up play in this tactic. I love this tactic because there's a lot of we keep the ball positive, encourages most of the team to actually play shorter. So this is a very high possession tactic. Move the team around and then, use your players. You need good decision making for a team with this tactic. But what's going to happen is this. What we really need is a right footer here. And with jumping reach, because he's going to score a lot of goals. He's going to score a lot of goals. So we're going to put this right footer here. It's not very tall, but we put him there. This is a very good tactic. This is very, very nice. Okay. I think it's excellent, man. Excellente. All right. Okay, so have I got the game today? Yeah, I got. I don't think we're making any tactical changes. Yeah, I don't need to. This tactic is quite solid. The only thing that will hold us back is me choosing the wrong player for the right flank. And then if I want to there'll be plenty of goals this guy's going to score because fullback is going to go around the inverted winger, right? And then these guys are focal points of attack. This guy's going to push through the middle. They can also do an underlap and pass the ball to him when he attacks the area. You got 3 men at the back defending all the time. You can play one ball from the back over on top. He's got 3 line breaks in this tactic. He's got the first, he gets behind the defense with his fullback. The second was over the top here. Yeah, he's got through balls as well. If he holds this, inverted winger comes in and with an underlap, then he's got a through ball for the CM on attack or the advance forward. We conceded a goal to Bilbao from a corner. Yeah, okay. The only thing I think of this tactic, I think it's still a good tactic, but it's like a mid-block tactic. Yeah, so you're gonna have to hit teams on the break. I would suggest you going mid-block, do this. Mixed passing. I think about mid-block tactics is this, right? Unless you are so good that all the other teams buckle whenever they see the starting 11 your team has, always play mixed. So this guy is gonna go around him. So I would put an underlap here. Underlap here. So the widest player is gonna hold up the ball for this guy to go around him. So when that happens, right, the fullback is gonna be central to any chance creation here. Herrera comes in, scores a goal. Nice. Now that is your tactic without changes, because I still think your tactic without changes is still very strong. I remove my changes. Only thing that you only needed to change your passing length to standard. I still think your tactic is still very strong. Ebbsfleet is not very fast, so we can't really get him bombing down the flanks. Put Molina. I don't know who this guy is. We'll just stick him here. And we got DePaul. The only problem is the center always needs fast players, fit players. Very expensive tactic. Good tactic, but yeah, we're gonna have top players in our team. Still gonna defend, right? You see, the lines are all good. Pressing forward also good. Poacher also good. You want to build out, right? But you've got this guy running. It's still a good tactic. Don't worry too much about it. I remember we gave this team to the S-Man, right? His preseason. Telling you, preseason with the S-Man is always the worst thing you can do. Every stream I see the same thing. Every BYT, every Bring Your Tactics, we always leave preseason to the S-Man. And guess what? Our team is never ready for the season. Yeah. Now we're 11 games in, and we can barely keep up with the other teams. Look at that. Now we're gonna go to the next game. All right. Okay. We got one more tactic. Bagaskara's got a tactic as well. Discord anymore? No more already, right? Okay. All right. We got the other tactics. Gonna take them and put it into the folder now.
Turn on the mic, you're muted.
So we got this tactic called adjusting. I don't know, maybe adjusting. But you can get a kind of I wouldn't play a wing back. I'll play a fullback. You might lose the ball too early in the transition. If it's too high up the pitch, you might be in trouble. Here, I probably play a ball playing defender if you have one, because you need somebody to help you. This ball winning midfielder is always going to try to win the ball high up the pitch. Now, the beautiful thing about the ball winning midfielder, he does it over here. And then if you can do a transition, I doubt he's going to play it this way, but this guy better have good passing, because there's no one else around him. This AP is going to go forward. Okay. So, if I were you, what I would do is, you got two fellas running away. You got AP. If you got AP here, who can create, a lot of things here not working. Okay, you got fairly wide, but you're playing shorter passing, and you got nobody else here who can do those kind of passes. Immediately, I'll do this. Underlap, you want the widest player holding up the ball, looking for inside run. Where is it coming from? The fullback or the wingback? Just not that he had a wingback. I didn't check his PIs. No PIs. Okay, play the fullback on attack. So, because your inside runs are not coming from the, you can't expect AP to always be running into the box. I mean, he's going to run into a box and then will play a pass that's with the advanced ball. I mean, this combination, I'm not a big fan of this combination, because he's a creator and this guy is a goal scorer that's already running behind the defensive line. So he is better off just moving left and right and then allowing these fellas to attack. I mean, you can try this, but it's not efficient. Yeah, you can try. I mean, I don't think it's efficient. I know some people like it, but they want this guy to score a lot of goals. If you want this guy to score a lot of goals, then you got to push everybody up higher. This role should, let's play this role as a defender, and then we get this guy as a segundo volante on support. Now what you have is, these two can work together, and this AP can go into the area. You will lock this area down. You play a fullback and attack. This shifts into a 3-man backline. Then you now have this volante coming up. This AP can be on the right side with an inverter. Comes in a half space. Break out the passage of the. Wait, you want? This is like you're trying to get these two guys to create goals for one fella. There's no line breaks in this, no. There are almost no line breaks in this. I don't see any except for one hopeful through ball. That's it. Your tactic, right, in terms of creating goal scoring opportunities, has only got this guy. So it's not an efficient use. So I would go AP on support, right? So he drops. Volante comes up. You can drift. You can play these two wingers on. You can play this as a winger on attack, hugging the line. This guy can come up. He can still be an underlap. He can still underlap. Widest player looks for inside run. This guy can be advanced forward. This guy can be a DM on support. So these two can come up if they need to. The winger is wide, hugging the line. The winger, on this side, I'll play a right-footed player. He can cut inside. Fullback is going this way. He can go behind. Now you got a third line. This guy will roam from position and move into channels. So now he will support either the left guy or the right guy to create goal-scoring chances. If you come by the left, this guy becomes a goal scorer, right? This is just this guy is going to attack the area. You can always change this to an inside forward on attack, so it can be a goal scorer too. So now you get a bit more. You get a bit more here, and you almost impossible to break down to the middle. Then what you do is you drop this to encourage more through balls. You play 50-50. You dribble less, so your players do not run and give the ball away unnecessarily. Counter, you leave it. Yeah, this is possession based. Okay, fine. And then you play it somewhere around here. This will be fine. Prevent short goal distribution. The four of them invite the crosses, so your players always stuck in, pulling these guys back. So now you got one scoring outlet. You got 1 and 2. You can also play this as an advanced one, a shadow striker. This guy is an inverted winger who comes this way in with a volante and a fullback going, and he got 3 goal scorers here. FM is not rocket science. It's very easy. It's so easy. I mean, but most of the time when people play it, they got only one route to goal. Yeah. It's this now I've created 3. So we got a fullback doing the overlap, or rather the underlap. So there's going to be a fullback coming this way. So you're going to have these 3 guys here who can pop goals for these three. So all three can become goal scorers on this game. Can be a shadow striker. That's one option. If you got somebody who's really good in this position, so you only have to bank on advanced forward, shadow striker, wing on attack. That's it. So my advice is don't play this as an AP on attack. Get somebody who can go left and right. Yeah. So now he's being forced to the right, so he becomes a bit more useful on this side. So we can do build-out patterns on the right and on the left. Okay, next tactic. Okay, Tiki Press. Oh yeah, you are a Discord member. Okay, so we're gonna play this tactic. DLF, advanced forward, inverted winger, roaming playmaker, shifts up, ball winning midfielder, wing back going around. Okay, Ken. He's going to run and do a handoff to this guy. This guy is going to go around. Probably play... Okay, if you do a wing back, he's going to dribble and he might lose the ball. That's the only thing. A roaming playback going to go up all the way. Nice. But this guy... Do you think a ball-winning midfielder is wise here? Right, because you sent it on this... Because you sent it here, on this link, I'm going to play it. Yeah. I'm going to make the changes straight away. Roaming playmaker, wow, this is like very, very complicated. Why your defense so complicated? Why? Because wing back, you want this guy to cover it back. No need, just defend. You need him to do all that. Terrible defense. So stop cross, get the stop cross. Don't drop off or get stuck. Get stuck is enough. Don't do this. Come in. Got double DMs, right? Don't go all the way. Get stuck in is fine. Low cross. Why do you have a mid block and a low cross? Why you so confident? Is it you can go all the way to, you can beat them in midfield, then your players can tiki-taka all the way to the opposition half, and then and that side they will be patiently getting the ball to the byline. You can do a cutback. Wow, confidence very high. My confidence is not so high. Okay, so okay, I'll do this. Play our defense. All right, this okay. Let's keep it simple. Underlap, aggressive. We'll hold out the ball looking for inside run. Who's the inside run? DLF on attack. Became an attacking duty or why so many creators here? Wow. Let's go poacher. Stay in the area. So many creators. You're playing a mid block. But then by the time you get the ball in the final third, everybody's like, hey, let's do something fancy with the goal. I'm like, dude, seriously, get in the box and try to score a goal, okay? Advanced, we can even do like, we can make it even more funky, okay? Let's do it. Target forward, advanced forward, okay? Shot, who says shot cannot be target forward? Football Manager is not that complicated. It's damn easy, you know. Don't overcomplicate the game. You want 2 goal scorers? We go score with 2. Maybe I'll lose this game, I don't know. Okay. Only commentary, key highlights. Well, this is based on what? Oh, you've been playing? Oh, yeah, we've been playing this or only commentary sometimes. Okay. That's the last game, right? Because you used the tactic before. So we go and extend the highlights quickly. See, we got 2. I'm happy. Playing high up the pitch. You can see the link here, the right side. And then Rodrigo the ball. We put a lot of pressure. Got 2 guys in the area. There's a lot of pressure. We use target man and then one forward. We're not wasting time. No. Like, get the ball up the pitch in mid block. And you're going to get a lot of possession anyway. You know, even bothering counter press, got counter. I let the players decide. Yeah, so far so good. Koke out to Rodrigo the ball. We're going to have Jimenez, who's not exactly the tallest player, the tallest kid in the world. Hermoso to Griezmann, off to Lehmann. Nice layoff. Gets into the area. That's a beautiful. Who needs cutbacks? Who in the world needs cutbacks? Cutbacks are overrated. Everybody who plays low crosses, a lot of people play low crosses, they don't know what they're doing. Okay? Do not play with do not have a low cross setup in a mid block. And stop it. Don't do it. Don't make it so complicated. Why? Because it's somebody's wrote it is a meta, is it? Man, you guys are suckers. Really believe the press. That's like saying Donald Trump is going to bring world peace, harmony, and turn everybody into billionaires. Actually, I'm hoping that it happens. Maybe it'll happen, no? Maybe he'll do it. That's offside. Come on, ref. Set piece defending terrible. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Always out tight, but I don't see offside goals. Ding. Ding. Only goals. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, dressing room. Bam. So we're dominating with 64% possession and we're not even trying because the 4-4-2 DM system is the best defensive, one of the best defensive systems in the entire game of Football Manager, and it can work with any team regardless of where they are. They can be in the lowest league in the world, and they can be playing in the championship, premiership. You can be a Champions League underdog who wants to win the whole thing. This is the formation you use. Because no other formation can do what he can do. Okay, so now I see they're not a roaming playmaker. I don't want to lose the game. I'm a coward. So I've got to do this now. Yeah. Then we got to be a coward again. Fullback on support. Yeah. Underlap. Fine. Counter press. Mid block. Okay. I'm the world's biggest coward. I don't attack them. Let them attack me. Does some players perform well in the stats from their attributes? No. Attributes will not make them perform well. Attributes help them play the way you want them to play. That means if you want, attributes will help them perform their role, right? Their role well, okay? But how well they perform in terms of the stats in the game depends on how well you set a tactic up. So, a player with 20 finishing, 20 composure, 20 acceleration, 20 jump finish will not necessarily perform better if your tactic is terribly designed. So your tactic still needs some common sense in terms of setting it up. So stats, no. Player, they want from the attributes. Ultimately still has to, you have to make the tactic, it doesn't have to, you don't have to make the tactic difficult, just, common sense. Like, this is common sense what? Robbie playmaker go up is very risky, right? So I wanted to hold down the lead. So what I do? DM support. That's it. You don't have to go up and down anymore. Whatever I have got now. And I changed his role to a fullback on support. Immediately the tactic went from an attacking formation to a very defensive. Come and try and break me down. You can't. But I have got counter-attacking option here. 2 fellas who are going to go for a goal and this guy working with them. So I got 3 guys who are going to break away to try and score a goal. That's it. So don't overthink the game. Yeah. It's good to know where all the goals are coming from, but it's if you like then it gets a bit tough. 4-2-3-1 Regista. Let's look at this tactic. Regista, okay, good. He's not gonna run around a lot, so you need players who come to him. Okay, this guy's gonna draw. Does he? Okay, here you probably need somebody who comes deep to get the ball. Here again, Regista, right? He's going to play a lot of these long... You need him to play a lot of rakish passes. Okay, so that's fine. I will probably... This is one time. Why wingback? You want him to dribble all the way up the pitch by himself. Because wingbacks tend to do that. They dribble more with the ball. So just play fullback on attack. I think he can work with the... Play on the left to do wall passes, get up the pitch and go, right? You also want a focus play on the left and a focus play on the right. So whenever you build up places, you're using wide, right? So you're trying 50-50. So the 2 guys will shift to the right and the left depending on where the ball is transitioning. So here you can actually play a fullback on attack, so he gets high up the pitch and supports play. Right? So he will support this guy. I mean, the AM on attack and a complete forward unless you have a really good player. I don't play complete forwards. I think there's too much movement in this role. Sometimes you can do trouble. But if you have a player who can do everything, then you are... Yeah, this will be fine. I think this will be fine. Can we use this as a reverter fullback on defense and then put an underlap here? Widest player now holds up the ball looking for inside run. So this guy comes up here protecting, but he's position either. He's always going to be the widest player, right? So he's going to come in, play a left-footed player here. He might play crosses from this position. So you can have that. So you can have quite a solid defensive counter-attacking tactic. And then it'll be okay. Standard defensive line, prevent short goal position, fine. Yeah, I don't see an issue with this tactic. Yeah, you can invite cross if you feel like you need to get these guys to come back and help you defend when you need to. Other than that, play it as you see it. So it's okay. All right. Next tactic. Pam, 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 pam. What do we have here? We done adjusting register. Tiki press wanna be Pep. That's nice, man. Who wants to be? Who wanna be Pep? When did Pep ever use a complete forward in his lifetime? I mean, one could argue that he sometimes holds up the ball and brings the ball forward, but Sergio Aguero was never a complete forward. Erling Haaland is more like an advanced forward. So if I'm looking at all these strikers, right, he's either use an F9 or an advanced forward, but he never use a complete forward because he's so much of a stickler for where his players are supposed to be. Like, you have to be here, you have to be here, you have to be here. So, yeah, complete forward is not a role that would be a Pep role. More like you choose advanced forward. I will play at advanced forward here. Okay, so you got advanced forward, easier. Okay. Then if you want to, you can do the pressing forward as well. Okay, so that'll be another good role for this. Complete forward, I'll probably avoid it. Inverted winger, box to box, inverted wing back. You're always going to concede goals here in a million years. Every day from Sunday to Monday, you'll concede goals here. Unless you have a player who's got 15 acceleration, 15 enter, a lot of work rate, I wouldn't do that. No? But you need a very good player for this position. This is your weakness because he roams. So you need a supremely good player here. If you don't have a supremely good inverted wing back, don't play this tactic. Or at least changes to like a false fullback. You can play a false fullback too. He comes inside, supports play. Then all you do is you give him the sit narrow, cut inside PI. Then you get a player that comes inside to support play and goes wide when he needs to and knows his defensive position is always here. He doesn't come here and hold that position. He brings the ball in here so they can help the transition. So he will be there. But once he finishes his attack, when he has to get back to defense, he is protecting the flanks. The inverted wingback with the counter press will always do this. He's here, you lose the ball here, he's going to try and win the ball. And then after, he's got to track even further back. So that's why you need such a good player. So if you don't have that player, don't play this role, play the false fullback. Mazar attack winger is nice. This one, what you want this role to do, right? It's an underlap here. He can get into this area, create goals for this guy. Now this guy, Mazala attacks this corner of the area. This corner. He's not a goal scorer. He's like the ultimate, like the fox in the box. Not a fox in the box. The guy who tries to create chances for other players. So why is this guy? You should play him as an inside forward then. Then if he comes into the area, he's got this guy to deliver to, because you don't have any other flank threat. You don't have any other goal scorers in the tactic, right? He's not goal scoring. So you got one creator here, only one goal scorer here. Hopefully he gets into the box to score goals. So there's a lot of moving around and I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't trap outside. The moment you trap outside, these guys all you have to don't trap inside and put an inverted wing back in the tactic. That's like you're asking for trouble. You'll concede so many goals because of the inverted wing back. You gotta remove the trap inside. Yeah, trap inside does not work with the inverted wing backs. It's just a Yeah, and then this guy will always be defending, and this guy is roaming, so you don't have much of a defense. Yeah, so be more disciplined. No wonder you have to do it. Why so short and narrow? And then you want through balls to the middle. So what you can do, just do this slightly shorter. Hey, your width is super narrow. That's fine. Low cross, overrated. Unless you're so good at getting up the byline and doing it all the time, then I'll add it. Okay. All right, your tempo needs these guys to come into midfield to control the ball, and you need to move a team around. So drop your tempo to normal. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's all you need to do with your time. But if I was playing, one thing I will say, I will not use it with the wingback. Yeah, that's going to be risky, man. For whoever sent in this tactic, right? I would recommend changing this rule. Yeah, or if you still want to use a role, do not play with trap inside or trap outside with this tactic. If you want these guys to come back and help you defend, play with white cross. They will tuck inside. Yeah, but the inverted wingback has got issues. He might give you issues in this tactic, man. Let's check out any other tactics that have come in. Overload left. One last one. Last one. Copy. All right. Let's look at overload left. Okay. Oh, there we go. Overload left. Okay. Yeah. Again, 2 strikers. Don't play one. Or DLF on attack. Yeah. No point you having you putting so many fillers there and asking for some kind of a 4-2-3-1. If you want to play a 4-2-3-1, go and play a 4-2-3-1. Got fullbacks on attack. There's gonna be a lot of times when you have to get the ball in transition. So pass into space, play our defense. You gotta have the right players. So I'll probably play these guys inside for support so that you don't lose cohesion down the flanks. This is quite risky. I mean, I think it can work, but I think I'm the wrong one. This is the only tactic I was put in here, man. Overload left. Oh. Yeah, that was the tactic that was sent up. Overload left. That's it. The register tactic has already been done. I did the register tactic already. Yeah. I just did a register tactic. Yeah. So fullback attack. I will leave it like this. Yeah. I will leave it like this. DM this way. Because pass into space, fairly like slightly shorter, this is fine. Dribble less. I like all this. I love this. I love the fact that you're not using granite defense. Underlap is good. You got a focus play down the left. You want to build up play. This fullback is coming inside. He's going to attack this area. This guy is going to hold up the ball. That's good. DM, keeping it simple. Yep, keeping it simple. Keep this guy simple as well. Yeah, done. Fullback is coming in. Yeah, okay. I don't see this fullback coming in, but there's no biggie. But you can play a DLF on attack as well. He holds out the ball and he's going to be more front foot than the last role. And then this can work. The reason why I remove the attack duty here is because my big fear is if you have too many attack duties here, even though you're doing an overload here, you're thinking it's an overload on the left. The thing is that you're still going to get goal scoring opportunities for these guys as well. So if you want this guy to come in, it doesn't have to be an attack duty. He can still be an inside forward, because an inside forward is going to be on a higher attacking mentality than other roles. So he will still try and get into the area. So that's all you need to do. You don't have to play him on an attack duty. Yeah, this will be fine. I think this tactic is good enough, man. No one missed a lot. No one missed a lot, man. So guys, it's a fantastic day. As you guys know, right? Today is the day I celebrate a day. And as we all count the clock on me entering the 6th decade of my life next year. Now I'm on my last chapter of my 5th decade of my life. So I'm going to be calling the stream soon. Yes, I'm calling the stream soon. Yeah, we looked at all the tactics already. Oh no. Tactics of Discord. I got a look. I'm gonna celebrate my birthday like this. Rondo, you got so many tactics. I look at our tactic from you already, Yeah. I got 3 tactics from you. Yeah, just now. No, we counter target for Shivas. We did Shivas counter. I'll look at both these tactics. Okay. Yeah. We got like this tactics. So we got these two tactics coming from Discord. I want to celebrate. I want to go from birthday lah. Guys. Okay, so we remove this. Download. Discord. Extract all. Okay. Is that? No, I put it in the wrong place, idiot. Extract all. Browse. Right, correct place. Extract. Okay, done. Done. Okay, let's look at the tactics. We'll play a few of the tactics. We'll play these tactics, definitely, because it came from Discord. The rules definitely don't change. Oops, wrong camera. Okay. Counter target forward. Let's go. DM support winger. Hey, it works. You guys are evil. You don't have to take shot. Just leave it to, and if I were you, I'd leave it to his decision making. Unless you want to do it this way. Overlap, underlap, nice. If you have a player that you want crosses from this side and then you want this guy to come in and then target forward on the side, the underlap would be better. Target forward on the other side, underlap quite good, but both can work. So let's see. Both can work. Yeah, nice tactic. I like that tactic. It's actually quite good. It's actually quite good. Let's see how it does against Man City. Okay, it's not a party here. It's not a party. More like a yeah. No, not a party in a sense. Okay. All right, let's go. Molina, first things first, only we got highlight. I'm telling you, these 4-2-4s are very strong. The 4-4-2 DM tactics are all very strong. They're very good for underdog sides. And you don't have to be a top tier side. You can be an underdog side playing in Europe and you want to do well. Always a good system to go to. Got another one is looking to release the ball to the target forward again. Okay. Yeah, Phil Foden scoring. Just go crazy and do yourself a party, mate. No, man. No, I am what you might call low profile person. Yeah. I'm very low profile. I did once, a crazy party for myself. I was crazy, man. It was like, but I was okay. I was the most sober person in my own party. I wasn't the most sober person. I mean, there were some guys who were smashed, but I was having a good time. Yeah. Okay, nice. I like the tactic. It's still, no, I've got nothing. I mean, Witzel is super slow, so that's one of the reasons why we are struggling. And there's not enough support, so we're going to drop him down to... And then we're going to do some changes right now. NCB, forget it. That's why I hate NCBs in the game. Don't play NCB here. NCB is the one role you never... I don't pick. I don't like that role because otherwise they give the ball away and then they take longer to come to a decision. Sometimes, yeah, they make mistakes. Yeah. So I don't play NCBs. I don't care what level I'm playing in. There's one role I don't do it. Unless I'm a desperado in a game and I want to just hoof the ball, then yeah, it makes sense. That role makes sense. If you play with one forward, only a complete forward, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I never play a complete forward as a one role in a system. I like to know what my roles are doing. Yeah, complete forward is going to roam, and you need a player that ticks all the boxes, right? If you think about it, right, what do you want your striker to do? So I always ask myself a simple question. What do I want him to do? Do I need him to press the defensive line? Pressing forward. Do I want him to get behind the defensive line? Advance forward. That's it. That's all. No more. After this, leave no proof. That's it. After this, I'm gone. I'm going to do more tactics. We'll do that. We'll do it on another day, lah. Leave no proof. But not now. What you guys can do is you can stick it on Discord. Then tomorrow I'll bring in the tag. No, do it on Discord. Then I can look at the tactics. Then after I can share my thoughts. There are many others who can share their thoughts, and then after that I might play the tactic tomorrow. So far, I mean, defensively doing okay. We consider one like rocket from Phil Foden from outside the area. That was about it. No? But in terms, they've had a lot of shots, but not a lot of them are great XG chances. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna drop it here, keep the ball a bit more, play a bit more, play our defense, draw them into pressing me, and I'm gonna hit them. Then we're gonna get stuck in. Okay, and I'm gonna go up to attacking now. I want to get a goal. Complete forward tries to do everything. That's a problem. He's a jack. He's a jack of what's it called? Master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none. I never liked the role. I've used it very rarely. I don't go in to my games and look to use him all the time. I know some people swear by it. Good for them. You can make it work. I just think I also think about all the ways to make it work. So I just don't. Because the moment you have to think, okay, what if he drops? How is he going to link up with the next player? Because he does drop. Hold up ball. So hold up ball. Who does he hold up ball for? Then you got to think about all that. Right, he's going to hold up a ball for this player. Okay, shucks. Now I got to think, okay, fine. So the only role I would ever use a complete forward for was my liquid tactic. Because my liquid tactic had a lot of movement, right? I was playing very fluid with a lot of roles moving into the final third. Yeah, so they had like 6 or 7 fellas entering the box to score goals. I had a stampede effect with some of my tactics. So that's when I do it now. If you can create a tactic which has got a lot of roles that can enter, you can work ball into box, and you're playing with low crosses exclusively, or your tactic has a potential to do that, then I would go complete forward. I think it's tactic 4-4-2, this is just Man City. I still think it's okay. I still think it's half decent tactic. Oh, we got one back, man. Finally. Target forward, advance forward. Did you put any PIs, tackle other? Did you put a cross him target forward? This guy, you can also ask him to cross him target forward. Yeah. Then you can knock it down for this guy. I personally think, right, if you're doing an underlap on the left, here should be a target forward. And this guy should be a once forward. Because you're doing an underlap here. So this guy can drop, link up with him too. This guy can go around him then. Which is exactly how my tactic is with Ebbsfleet. So you get like a slightly more interesting combination down the left flank. But if you do like target forward on the right, he's dropping for a winger who's already attacking the area. So what's the point then? Because the inverted winger on the left wants to cut inside, right? Wants to hold out the ball looking for inside, right? You got target forward there that he can pass the ball to. Alright, done. So what I suggest with this tactic is to make some changes. So essentially, I will drop the width immediately. Then, I don't really need short kicks, but I left it in there anyway. Then you put the target forward here. And the advance forward here. So the target forward works with this guy who you're doing the underlaps with. So this guy is going to go around the overlap. This is a natural, your force overlap. But then when this guy took, you got the AF to aim for. Okay, so let's look at the next tactic. Simple 4-3-3. There's never a simple 4-3-3. Always 7 players in defense. No such thing as a simple 4-3-3. Hey, Spurs fan. Hey, Spurs fan, can I do your saves tomorrow? I want to enjoy my last year of my my first day of my 59th year. DLF on attack, inside for CM on attack. A lot of jokers here on attack. Man, what is going on here? The whole left flank's on attack. That's crazy. Why don't you turn this guy inside for support? Right? You overlap. Why overlap? What do you want him to do? Go around this guy and then what? Go scoring, dropping balls all the time. Wow, this is a heavy crossing tactic. Yeah. So what I'll do is DLF on attack. Turn this on the inside forward support. Go around. So you get a bit more security in your tactic. Anchorman, okay, going through the middle. In fact, I think this left side is underlap, not overlap. Why? Because the widest player holding up a run, this guy is coming in, going for goal, man. So underlap the left, overlap the right if you want to do it that way. Overlap, widest. This inside forward is going to be, whenever you're coming down the left, he's going to be, okay, whenever you're going down the right, this guy's going to go try and get around. So you want this to hold up the ball, wing back going to say, you're gonna concede a lot of goals on the flanks. I'm warning you. This is definitely gonna concede a lot of goals on the flanks. Okay, it's because you're using wing backs. So you need to have players who are very good at dribbling and can keep the ball. Otherwise, it's what's gonna happen. I never play with wing backs anymore. I mean, on Football Manager, it's like they've been designed almost like, I'm going to lose the ball when I dribble. So this is a mid-block. Why would this be a mid-block when you got so many attack duties not coming back to defend? This dangerous as a mid-block because this guy's going to be up, this guy's going to be up. You got nobody. This is actually not a mid-block. With these roles, you should be playing a mid-block. And if you don't play a mid-block like this, I just leave it like this. Play high up the pitch. Don't play a mid-block. You want to play a mid-block, turn all these to fullbacks. Fullback attack, fullback support, CM attack, inverted winger on support, one inverted winger, inside forward attack. Do the whole thing, all right, but turn them to fullbacks. If you want to play this as a mid-block, then turn this role into target forward attack. Don't play a DLF because the DLF is going to drop deep and then look for a through ball. Why? So play a target forward, then you can, mid-block. Your mid-block has a target. When you're going to release the ball, you have somebody to release the ball too. Instead of you getting Mr. Rocket Science here, going, hey, I'm going to try and come up with a goal for you. It's a bit more, don't overcomplicate. Don't overcomplicating your tactics. This is okay, but as a mid-block, you're bound to concede goals on the flanks. So I play high up the pitch. If you want to do a mid-block, change this roles to fullbacks. That's it. All right, guys. It is that time of the year where I have to go and celebrate my birthday. So I want to thank everybody for coming on my wonderful stream. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Totally and thoroughly enjoyed myself. Of course, there was a part of me that wanted to play first Berserker Kazan. The demo is out already. We don't have Football Manager to play with. We don't have Football Manager to play with. What's wrong with the world? There is no Football Manager 25. Instead, they gave us a logo that looked strange. And no news about 25. Which makes you only wonder. I don't know what else I can say, man. So I want to thank all of you coming into the stream. And MacMalv79SK, thanks for the follow. SWAT Score 005, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the sub, rather. You sub for 9 months, man. So I absolutely love it. Daniel, thanks for the follow today. Dalem, thanks for the follow. Spurs fan, thank you. I'm sorry, I want to run off right now. But we'll be back tomorrow, guys. And Ebbsfleet, hey, man, what can I say? What can I say? We just proved that the methodology works. Ebbsfleet champions. Using a tactical system for which there are no players. Okay, all right. You guys stay safe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.